either way. Cool beans. We'll zoom out a click. Oh my gosh. My name is Logan, and we're playing D&D. This is the Lost Mines of Phandelver. I have run this campaign before. I wanted to run it a lot faster, and it took a lot longer than I thought. Kind of just ran out of time, had to take a week to refresh. We have a new play group that's going to be running it, and really want to see, what it's like playing it a second time through. I feel like the same stuff's going to happen, but maybe my personal roleplay will be better. My personal directions might be better, and we'll see how the players react to it. It's a completely different group of classes and races, so it should be pretty dope. And to get to know them now, we're just going to start the adventure. And to paint the scene here, I guess I should move into the adventuring lobby. Adventurers, I hope you're ready. I hope I don't walk into anything strange. But strange is fine. Just, here we go. Yo,
That's
you guys there?
I'm an Aarakocra.
I'm an Aarakocra also.
I would allow it. I'd be like, fuck it. Everybody's playing an Aarakocra. We're not even doing Lost Mines of Phandelver. The whole scene's taking place on a mountaintop.
We just spend the whole time scouting for the lost mine and not talking to anyone.
Just flying around scouting for, and there's so many parts of questing that leads you to this, and instead you guys just fly all over scouting, split up.
Perception check.
It's just 600 perception checks until you finally get it. You bank enough. Outrageous. But I do want to paint the scene now. We're starting in Neverwinter, and nobody's an Aarakocra. In fact, there was this plague, this avian sickness that just killed every Aarakocra. It's nuts. They're all dead.
Would you call it an avian flu?
Oh yeah, it was an avian plague. Yeah. Now, if you find an Aarakocra, it got to be an undead one. But the city of Neverwinter is located on the coast, and there is heaps of history involved with Neverwinter, including commerce, just absolutely coming in and out of here. Some of the adventuring party is going to be introduced second, as you guys are more, we'll say, roughneck, and maybe not as well versed in the intricacies of urban diplomatic areas, and some of you are a little bit more civilized, we'll say. And the leader of the group, starting off, and I'm not saying leader by any means of your guys' playing, I'm saying strictly in the story. It starts off in the office of Gundren Rockseeker. Gundren Rockseeker is a dwarf. He's a stout entrepreneur, and in his office, the scene opens up at a desk in his office, and on the other side of him is a cleric. Do you want to explain your character quick, Jeffrey?
Yep, sure. Jeffrey is a human in chainmail with white hair. Looks like a cross between Gandalf and a blonde lady. And is carrying a mace and a shield.
Very nice. And Rockseeker says to you that he would like you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelver. A couple days of travel southeast of the city. Gundren, in this meeting with you, is very clearly excited and even secretive, a little bit more than usual. You've done business with him and some of his business partners before. Secretive about the reasonings for this trip, saying only that he and his brother had found something big, and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces and everybody in your party each 10 gold pieces for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandelver.
Can I inside check him
Sure.
to see
What are you looking for?
if he's hiding something that like I should know about?
Okay.
Inside. Oop. 23.
Nice. Okay, so Rockseeker is actually the BBEG. And
Nailed
you
it.
guys did a really this has been a really great campaign, guys. I hope he struck gold. As far as you
Actual gold?
like proverbial gold, as far as you would know.
Okay, so I don't know what it is. I just know that it's something big, like that he found.
Yes. You know that like it has to do with mining. You've looked over the provisions list that he's given you, and looking at the provisions list, you're seeing it's like 100 gold pieces worth of mining equipment. So you can imagine that he's maybe struck some kind of vein of raw minerals of some sort. Or even better, he could have found in Phandelver, yeah. And so I'll repeat this again for anybody that wants to take notes. Gundren Rockseeker is paying everybody 10 gold pieces to take a caravan of supplies to, write this place down, Barthen's Provisions, which is a trading post in Phandelver. And it's a couple days' ride. And he says to you, Jeffery, he says, "Well, Jeffery, it should be a quick ride for me. I'm going to be pairing up with Sildar Hallwinter, just a warrior escort of mine. We'll be on horseback and making haste." And then he claims that he needs to get to Phandelver right away so he can, quote, "take care of business."
All right.
And he says, I'll walk you out to the wagon, and you can meet up with the rest of the party outside the gates. And you guys start walking, and coming late to the trading, this big mercantile center building, is a man wearing noble clothing. I guess I don't want to explain him too much, because this is where he says, what's your character's name gonna be, Rumpel?
We're gonna go with Caulder.
Calder, I love that. That's a character from one of my favorite books.
Nice.
Yeah. And he says, Calder, your father told me you'd be helping out. And Jeffery, he leans over to you, Rockseeker, and he whispers in your ear. And he says, "Calder's with a noble family that I've done business with before, but he seems to have gone a little off." And he like points to his head. He says he seems to have gone a little off. His father said he could use some work and some fresh air. I told him he could accompany us on this caravan. And Calder, why don't you introduce your character?
Yeah. Caulder is a pretty human-looking half-elf, donning a goatee. Pretty standard. You can see he has a hand axe at his side, maybe a couple daggers on him as well. Above his noble clothing, he does come from a noble family, like you said. The
Gold stocks grow steadily, sir.
You can tell, like, the bridge of his nose is, and like above his lip is like getting a little bit greenish.
his like, you said above his lip is getting a little greenish?
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, I was wondering where that green was coming. I was like, look at that. That is some kind of, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so kind of regular half-elf looking guy. Haven't done much else. So.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, this nobleman's son, this gentleman comes up. He's got a couple adventuring tools on him, slightly greening upper lip, and yeah, joins the party. As you sit onto the wagon and Jeffery sits up on the wagon, you're both in there. Rockseeker says, "These oxen, they move a little slow, but Best part is, as long as you're holding the reins, they'll carry themselves all the way to Phandelver. They've been on this trip 1,000,000 times, so it shouldn't be too hard. Just need to keep your hands on the reins and they'll keep trucking. Go past the gates there and you'll pick up the rest of the party I've hired to help caravan guard. But any last questions before we head out? And now he's mounting up on his horse, and next to him you see this like really large, beautiful armor. He's wearing a crest from the Lord's Alliance on him. It's on the opposite side. That'd be Sildar Hallwinter next to him. And they're both mounting up to just G up. And he says, any last questions?
Seems like a simple enough job to me.
Yeah, seems simple to me.
Okay. Very good. He G-ups his horse and they just race. They take off out the gates. And you guys, the oxen, almost just like right away, like they've done this before. They see him G-up and the oxen start pulling their carts out of the city. And once you get past the large city gates, you see small encampments that are set up on the outside of Neverwinter, Squalor. Trading posts set up on the outside of the city for people who are maybe trying to avoid taxes, even a little bit more roguery, a little bit more shady. And by a fire, there is an encampment with 3 individuals who have recently gotten done bringing, not recently, I'm sorry, scrap the recently. These 3 individuals have guarded a caravan to Neverwinter. It was very easy. It paid very well, and they did a good job. And so they were actually referred to Rockseeker, and Rockseeker said, sit tight. I'll have a caravan moving to Phandelver soon. I'd be more than happy to have you folks caravan it. And if you guys want to introduce yourselves as characters and maybe add like what you've been, like how you've killed time in Neverwinter for this past 10 day, you can do that as well. But we will start with, let's just start with the smallest one in the group, Jack.
Oi, me name's Smad Jack. How have I been spending time since I got here?
Yeah.
I've been avoiding city life for the most part.
Okay.
Just kind of hanging out on the outskirts, waiting for the caravan to continue on.
Is there anything about your character you'd like to introduce?
Yeah, I'm a halfling and a ranger.
Okay. And next we will introduce the lady of our group. Go for it.
I am Mireshi Hellbreaker. I am a half-orc. I am a fighter. I am wearing chainmail. I have a longsword sheathed on my left hip, and I also have a shield that is slung over my shoulder. I am the last remaining member of my tribe, and I spend most of my time wandering from place to place, picking up odd jobs like escorting caravans from city to city. That allows me to travel so I can avoid the big city life and most populated areas, as I am not well received.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally fair. I mean, she's absolutely gorgeous, but I mean, I can see why being an orc is tough these days. And then the next, the big bastard of the group. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Orin Winterclaw, a Goliath from the Fesk Mountains. I have been traveling, trying to find a new place to settle the Goliath clan I am from, which landed me in Neverwinter in this area, and yeah, joined the caravan to keep traveling.
Yeah, I think a lot of you like regional seekers are gonna be, your characters will all be very welcomed into the setting. This is very much like a new frontier setting. So Phandelver is as much as it is civilized, it's wild. So it's a brand new settlement for the most part. It was a settlement, and then it had fallen, and it's been getting picked back up now. And you guys sitting around the fire, maybe chewing on some grizzled meat off the flame, see the 2 oxen that Rockseeker had told you to look out for. And as you saw the dwarf and the human knight just race down the high road, you guys see the caravan about an hour later just creaking by. And I'll let you guys, if you wanted to have any role play, you can start that.
As
I'll
soon as
just,
the caravan comes into sight, I'm going to stand up and start getting ready to move. And I say out loud to the other 2 sitting around the fire, it's time to go. We've been sitting around for way too long. It's time to get moving. I'm bored.
Aye, truer words never spoke.
Orin just stays seated because he doesn't have a whole lot on him anyway, so he just needs to stand up and get on the cart.
Hell yeah. My partner gets really mad at me because that's like anytime we go out to do anything, it's like she looks so beautiful and wants to try on different clothes and see which jewelry fits best with what, and I just wake up, stand up, walk out the door. It's just total Goliath status, I guess. So you guys mount up onto the wagon, and the adventure starts. It's gonna be I'm going to do.
I will be walking next to the wagon.
Okay.
With my little legs, I'm probably sitting on the back with my feet dangling off the end.
Okay.
Caulder would absolutely be nearby, sitting somewhere if possible.
Mhm.
Just kind of gazing off into the woods.
I'll be
Go for
I'll
it.
be driving the wagon. That's all right.
Mm-hmm. And you guys set off. The high road out of Neverwinter is very well taken care of. Absolutely no obstructions whatsoever. And you guys make your way a pretty solid stretch. You're just a little bit under halfway to your trip to Phandelver when nighttime sets in, and you guys stop to make camp. Luckily, there are other caravans that have left around the same time as you. There is an encampment set up that is welcoming travelers, and you guys are allowed to crash there for the night, keeping your distance though, etc. And the morning comes. The smell of cooked food is offered. Anybody that wants to have from the food truck, the food caravan that is there, a large, you'll find this in all of my D&D. I always like to incorporate huge English breakfasts whenever I can. And in this case, you can get just a big old palm leaf of just gruel, egg, grizzle, and other good stuff covered in a sauce on this big old plate leaf that you can grab if anybody wants to take out 3 gold. I'm sorry.
Whoa!
Gold.
Whoa!
Dude, hey, in this economy, no, 3 copper pieces. So the opposite of that, 3 gold. I'd pay 3 gold right now for a big old breakfast.
Caulder
If
will
I-
walk up and grab a plate for sure.
Okay.
If I
Yeah,
only
and-
have gold, how does that break down into copper pieces?
So you'll just remove 1 gold, and then
Yeah.
you'll give yourself 7 copper. I am so sorry, I said that wrong. You'll give yourself 9 silver and 7 copper.
9 silver pieces and 7 copper.
Yep, because it's goes by tens. 10 copper is 1 silver. 10 silver is 1 gold. So if you only have gold, you're gonna be
Got
just changing that out. And the guy running the food caravan says, "Yeah, you're really taking all the change from these copper pieces. They go quick."
You want a couple more copper? You get your teeth fixed.
And he laughs at you and he heaps another fucking slop of gruel on top of you. He says, "You've always been a mad jack, haven't you? He's
Damn
seen you on
right.
this road before. He fed you in the encampment." Yeah.
Calder looks towards Mad Jack and asks, I've been thinking on it all night, and I can't imagine such a big name for a small man. How did that name come about?
He's talking to you, Mad Jack.
Could you repeat the question?
How'd you get your name, Mad Jack?
Oh, do you really want to know?
I
Because
believe
I'm
it.
mad.
I believe the actual question was big name for a little man.
Mad Jack fights with his longbow and his bagpipes. And if you want to look up Mad
Fascinating.
Jack, you can. That was
Oh,
kind of out of character, but
Is this the Mad Jack from World War II or whatever that used a broadsword?
yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. You were a part of an archery division. Let me elaborate then. You were part of an archery division in a war against orcs in a massive skirmish. And the front line was at a stalemate and it was mostly just artillery being used. The infantry, the sword and shield bastards were not getting off their feet. Both sides were exhausted. And it was just raining arrows back and forth. Like you guys were using orcish arrows, they were returning the the arrows that you guys came with. You guys were just trading arrows, and eventually, Mad Jack, for some reason I couldn't tell you. Maybe Mad Jack we can get this more canon. Had just had enough of hearing screams all night from artillery coming in, and got tired of the skirmish lines, and just grabbed one of the broadswords. In just his kilt just sprints in across the line, inspiring the troops to stir, and that pushed the orcs back. So maybe that can be Mad Jack's origin story, is that he became a literal madman in the press of combat.
His motto is that any halfling who goes into action without his sword is improperly dressed.
Nice.
Awesome. After that kind of gets explained, I say, absolutely fascinating. I cannot wait to see you live up to that. And go about with my breakfast.
We're all shoveling breakfast in our mouth now, listening to Mad Jack's story. And you guys start off on your second day. What?
Can I make a perception check around the road?
Yeah, go for it.
Eight.
It's a beautiful day. With an 8 perception, you can tell it's a nice day for fishing. But you guys do make it to the Tribord Trail, where you will be turning and entering. The roads are almost night and day different. And you've spent this last day and a half now following the high road south from Neverwinter, and just recently veered east along the Tribord Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail.
I'm going to pull my shield off of my back and just have it on my left arm, ready to go just in case.
Okay.
But continuing to walk next to the wagon.
With the kind of increase of potential danger, I'd like to just have my crossbow on my lap as well. A small crossbow.
Cool. Got it cranked up.
Yeah. Orin's gonna hop off the wagon and walk on the side of it and look out into the woods for any trouble.
You guys are professionals. I love it.
I choose to be oblivious in this moment.
That is why they hired us.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And I do want to add this. I had that tech issue before the stream started, and I totally forgot about this literal inspirational moment. Something I wanted to do for you guys to help the story be smooth without just blatantly giving plot armor. I did want to do something to help make this story more heroic for you guys, and also condition you guys as D&D players to use your inspiration. I find that many times when I DM, I give out inspiration for good roleplay, and it's never used. Or it's like I remind people, right? And I never do that. When I have inspiration, I burn it immediately. I'd have burnt it on that 8 perception check. But what I'm saying is that I want you guys to accept this, as I trust you all are great role players, and you're all going to get inspiration anyways. Like, you guys already all deserve inspiration. So here's the deal. Everybody's going to get inspiration right now for having started this trek, for having made it this far. You guys have been traveling on the Triboard Trail now for half a day, and you are all professionals. So everybody please take inspiration. There's a caveat, though. For everybody having this awarded inspiration, if you do not use your inspiration in this session, next session, I will have the antithesis of that. I will have DM disadvantage on you, where I can just say, make that with disadvantage because of like a wasted opportunity. So you guys will all take inspiration now, but if you don't use it this session, then you will have I will award you a disadvantage next session when you need it least. It's almost like an unlucky debuff. If you don't, but also it's like super fortunate to have it. So everybody take inspiration, mark it on your sheets, mark it however you want. You know, keep a coin on your desk and flip it upside down when you use it. But there you go. And you've been on the Triboard Trail for about half a day now. And as you come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here, like a bottleneck, with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. So if you remember the scene from The Patriot, where they ambushed the Redcoats the first time, and he's just telling his sons, like, aim small, miss small. It's like that. It's the perfect conditions, where steep embankments on each side, thickets on as well above the steep embankments, and 2 sprawled out dead horses with black feathered arrows sticking out of them. You guys are 50 feet away.
As an outlander, would I be able to recognize the arrows since I have traveled quite a bit?
You can make a history check if you want.
Yeah.
Black arrows do be black arrows, but if you want to make a history check.
Well, you said black feathers, right? Not just.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, yeah, black feather arrows. I mean.
Okay.
Black feather arrows
10.
do be black. 10?
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Black feathered arrows typically mean the stuff that lurks in our nightmares as humans. Goblins, orcs, furbogs. I'm sorry, bugbears, not furbogs. No offense. Get a fix. Bugbears, goblins, orcs, all of that sick shit.
Okay.
Are we close enough for me to make a check to see, like, I don't know how to say it, like, for goblin, like, I
Your
don't know what I'm
favorite
trying to
foe?
say. Yeah. like a intelligence check on the arrows.
An investigation? I'll say that if you
Investigation.
want to know more, you guys are going to have to get closer.
Okay, yeah. then I
I
would.
do draw my longsword as soon as the dead horses come into eyesight.
Okay.
Orin. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'll remove, pull out both my hand axes and start moving towards the dead bodies.
Before you go, I'm gonna cast
Nice.
You're gonna
Guidance
cast
is
what?
guidance.
Guidance.
It's 10 minutes, right?
It's 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. Okay. You can jog 50 feet in 1 minute. I want to know marching orders and who's going up to the horses and marching. And yeah, let me just figure out where everybody's at.
Before any action happens, I'd like to kind of make an announcement to the group and be like, in case this is goblins, I can speak goblin, and I'm half certain I can make them simply flee if I could get an opportunity to try.
I also speak goblin.
Hey, we got 3 goblin speakers.
But with that said, how are we doing this? Are we moving the wagon down? Because I'd like to stay in the wagon with my crossbow myself.
I like to keep the wagon away from
I say we bring the wagon within 35 feet, though, so at least it's within range of us.
Yeah, we'll want to keep the wagon close by.
Yeah.
I'm staying on the wagon. I gotta make sure the shipment gets to.
Yeah, I'm
I
here
will
to return the goods, so I'll stay on the wagon.
I
Can
will
you
walk up with whoever's going to check the arrows.
because you can attack you can use your crossbow from 35 feet if that's close enough.
I'm imagining so. I actually don't know the range for sure.
It's 2060, isn't it?
Crossbow? No.
Crossbow's fat. It's like
8320.
60. Yeah.
Is it a heavy crossbow, I guess, or a light?
No, that's a light crossbow.
A light
Okay.
crossbow is 8320.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah.
So I'm good to even just stay right here.
Yeah, so we can move the cart up a bit, and then I'll go examine the arrows.
Help me understand a bit. How much is a bit? You guys are 50 feet away. Are you moving it up just halfway to the horses?
Within 35 feet of the horses.
Okay.
And I will.
Who's staying on the wagon?
Right behind.
Hey.
Calder will be on the wagon.
Jeffrey is also staying.
Kind of examining.
At the helm.
Orin's gonna move up towards the horses.
Okay.
I will be following whoever is going to go check the horses. Is that Mad Jack?
Yeah.
I'll be right behind him.
If no one's covering the back, that's the kind of direction I'd like to face with my crossbow.
You like to kind of be in the back, kind of like standing in and around the goods.
Yeah, just watching our 6 really.
Okay. That is where you guys approach the dead horses, and I just gotta find a couple more D10s here. No, I'm just kidding.
God, not already.
It's too soon. Not like these.
Yeah, could I get like 10 more of your D10s, please?
Yeah, right.
As he rolls 12d6.
We don't have any magic users up front, do we?
Magic user. I'm a
magic user.
I use the magical.
Okay. And you guys approach the dead horses. What check did you want to make, Mad Jack?
Like examine the arrows to see if I can get any information or where they were shot from, or.
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
All right. What's a 1? But I'm gonna re-roll that.
Cool. Are you using your inspiration? Oh, halfling.
Halfling.
When I yeah,
Jesus.
lucky.
Halflings can't roll ones, baby.
This is Tree Nude's third time playing a halfling.
Does he
It's a
get
0 to hero.
Does he get my guidance?
Yeah, toss the guidance on
Just
there.
A
Oh,
D4?
Roll a d4.
a D4. Okay.
If you hit the DC 25, I'll tell you everything.
Let's
Oh,
go.
nice.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah, with the nat 4. No regret. Instant regret, insane.
That's okay. It was a 25% chance, and you did it. After the 19 plus the modifier, the 21, and then it was a 25% chance at the DC 25. You did it. You
Never
walk
tell
up
me
to-
the odds.
Yeah.
Let's just say Mad Jack knows his goblins.
Yeah, right. Mad Jack knows everything at this point. Mad Jack walks up and he's like, he enters this like, Sherlock Holmes when he's like, palm strike left thorax, and he's like going through all the steps, and he's like seeing every single step play out. Mad Jack walks up to the horses. The first thing you notice, Mad Jack, these two horses belong to Gundren Rockseeker and Sildar Hallwinter, the two that left before you. These horses belong to them. The saddlebags have been looted. Nearby there is an empty leather map case, and the arrows definitely came from each side of the ravine, and there is additional goblins in there. This is you guys have just triggered an ambush. So I am not going to give them the surprise attack because that was the DC 25 that I'd mentioned. You notice that this was an ambush that, yeah, I'll repeat it. Gundren Rockseeker, Sildar Hallwinter, both of their horses found dead, goblin arrows stuck in them, and you just can put together A plus B, man, square root of C.
I feel like a Dexter Morgan. Like I just read
Is
the
that what
blood
it is?
splatter.
Exactly. There we go. You just looked at the blood splatter. You noticed like where it was coming from, and when you looked up, following the way you're a bowman, you get it. You follow
Yeah.
the blood splatter, the ballistics, and you look over, and you just barely make out like the eyes of a goblin as it just like moves its head back under the bush. And everybody, click on your token and roll for initiative. I will show you the goblin that you saw. I'll expose that one.
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Why isn't this sending my initiative to...
It did. I see it.
There we go.
You
Yeah,
rolled a
click on
20. Oh, you rolled a 13 first. I'm gonna use that one.
Yeah, take the 13.
Yep, that's okay.
Yeah, I'll change it.
No P. I got it. Okay, so let me move this over so it's not blocking the game. Caulder, you're up first.
How
As
obvious? Oh, sorry.
So you heard Mad Jack as he's doing this whole like brain blast moment. He's looking at all this stuff and he's like looking a little mad, and you had just spoken with him about how he's a madman, right? So maybe you like looked over your shoulder to like see like, what's this madman even doing up? This tiny little halfling is leading these two massive warriors. Like what is he possibly gonna do? And you see him like taste the dirt, and he just snaps his head and he points at the bush, and he whatever you want to yell, Mad Jack, but he addresses that there is a goblin in the brush right there. And having just looked over your shoulder and seen him do that, you're the first to react. So you got the first turn here. You do see the goblin. You see right where he pointed.
Awesome. I'll snap my crossbow up and just take a rip at him. Oh god, how do I do dicing here again?
You can just click on the crossbow, the light crossbow in your character sheet. There should be in the center of the page. Perfect. Also, I'm going to turn off your advantage roll there.
Oh.
It's okay. I always take the one on the left, but I can turn that off quick for you.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
I have
I'll
taken
go back
mine
to
already.
cool. 16 does hit. So what you're going to want to do now is just click the light crossbow that's already in chat. The chat bubble under the 16. Nice. 6 piercing damage. Yeah, this dude gets fucking slapped. And he is... you don't think he's like fully dead, but that crossbow definitely mortaled him. Like he is praying to whatever goblin deity he needs to right now.
Under my breath, I just say so much for talking it out. Kind of like reacts instant. Yeah. So that 6 there, does that count the +4 that I have?
Yeah, that does. So if you hover over the 6, if you hover over the 6, yeah, in parentheses is what you rolled, and then the plus is your +2, which is just your dex.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yep. So you add. So if you hover over the 16, that's where you added 4. You're 12 plus 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
I
yeah,
guess,
anything else?
does it take a bonus action to reload my crossbow?
No, that just occurs like in between your turns.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll just kind of skip the rest of my action and kind of just remain on lookout for any other popper outers.
Any uglies? Okay.
Yeah.
And almost like right on cue, Goblin pops out of the brush and he fires a missile at Mad Jack right in the front. Mad Jack does a... I'm assuming 11 doesn't hit you.
Oh, Saints preserve
Yeah.
us. No, it
Okay.
doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It was a short bow. I think I might have said crossbow, but it's a short bow. And then he is going to go back into hiding. Okay. And then what's everybody's passive perception in the front? It's just 10 plus your perception.
14.
Okay.
10 plus my perception.
Yeah.
13.
Okay. And Mireshi?
14.
Okay. Then I'll just do this for you guys. So he made a stealth check to hide after he shot his short bow. He like popped up and he went to hide again, but he only just like crouched back down. So you know exactly where he's at. Dumbass little goblin. Fuck you. And then another goblin pops its head up and yeets another short bow at Mad Jack. This time it was a dirty 20 to hit you,
yeah.
Mad Jack.
Yeah, that slaps.
He throws the
And-
short bow at him.
Yeah, he just like a boomerang. He doesn't have it strung. And surprisingly, it does 7 piercing damage as the end of the bow
No.
just stabs. And yeah, 7 piercing damage. And then let me do this quick.
I'm bloody.
Okay, and he is still hidden. Next is the goblin that is down to like absolutely no HP. And he is going to...
Did you hear? I'm bloodied. Sorry.
Okay, yep, I hear that now. Thank you. This goblin is going to, with a crossbow bolt sticking in his like clavicle, he's going to leap out of the bushes and almost in the most futile sense of everything in the world, he's going to scimitar right at Orin. He gets hit. He's like in a little, maybe he could like, he's like a 0.05% barbarian and it's coming out. He's about to level up become a barbarian. Oh shit, he's doing it. This is does a 19 hit, Orin?
Yeah.
Okay. So he hits you with this scimitar, and you will take 6 slashing damage as he just runs out of the bushes like a madman.
Stone's Endurance.
Okay.
I rolled an
what does that
8. Stone's Endurance as a reaction. Reduce damage dealt to you by 1d10 plus 3 once per short rest.
So you don't even take that damage.
I rolled an 8 plus 3, so literally no damage. I just Orin just looks down at the goblin and he just
yeah. And then the
just
goblin
fucking laughs at him.
and the goblin in his head is immediately like, knowing he should have sharpened his scimitar the night before, as just this like dull metal just could not cut your Goliath, your thick hide. And he now accepts the fact he's gonna die for sure. And Mireshi, it's your turn.
I'm gonna mutter under my breath and just be like, fucking goblins. And I'm gonna charge towards the one in the bush.
Okay.
And make an attack with my longsword. And I'm going to use my inspiration.
Well, you don't have to use it yet. You can throw it after you roll.
Okay.
So you can roll, and if you miss, then you can say you can use your inspiration. Yep. And 12. Well, can you move your token where you run first too? Okay. Go back one more, because as you get to that spot, you run right over this goblin. You're like running through the bush, and as you are running to the goblin that you can see, you notice there's another one right next to him, just squatting in the bushes holding a short bow. And you run right past him, and you can attack either one now that you'd like. But yeah, as you run into the bushes there, you see a goblin squatting, plus the one you have in front of you.
Gotcha. Well, does the 12 hit the one right in front of me?
The 12 does not hit the one in front of you.
Okay, well, I'm going to use my inspiration then.
Perfect.
This is a 14 hit.
14 does not hit. There's the thickets. The thickets are really slowing you down. The goblins tuck themselves really well into these thick branches, plus their leather armor, and actually, hold on, he had his bow out, so the 14 will hit. I'll let the 14 hit.
Okay.
On my stat block for him, it says that he has a leather armor and a shield, but he just shot a short bow, so there's no way that he could have drawn a shield in time.
Okay.
So I'll let the 14 hit.
12 slashing damage.
Fuck, dude. And it was the one you could see, right?
Yeah, it was not the
Originally?
one I ran over.
Yeah. You murder his ass.
So I just from left to right, just like from almost the ground up, just like cut him straight in half. And then I'm gonna turn and raise my shield and just hold for a reaction if I get attacked. It's the end of my turn.
Okay, perfect. And Mad Jack, you're up.
I will immediately turn to this little ugly looking goblin man.
Ugly motherfucker. He looks like he eats sand.
You look like you eat sand. And I'll
sand sandwich.
use my hand axe to make an attack on him.
Okay.
It's a 15.
15 is a hit.
All right. That is ooh. Does that count as rolling a 1?
No, that's not on damage dice, but that's okay because it's enough.
Right.
That is enough to kill him.
I'll slash both his Achilles heels.
Okay, you just somehow, having just merely tied his armor class, you manage to just like sweep your axe in like a feint over his shield, drop to a knee, and then just cut his Achilles as he slides to the dirt. Anything else, Mad Jack?
I will just attempt to move behind Kratos over here.
Okay.
Like, just make some distance between me and those other two goblins.
Goblins. Goobalins. Cool. Orin, you're up.
All right. Orin is going to rage and move in behind this goblin here
Mm-hmm.
and take a swing at him.
And crush his dumbass little head.
19 plus stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Let's see, that's 1d8, I believe, because I'm using a warhammer.
Yes. Are you swinging it two-handed or one-handed?
One-handed. I've got a shield in the other hand.
Okay, cool.
5, 9 damage.
Nice, dude. You just pulp his dumbass little head. Exactly. Says it, does it. Just like... Perfect. Yeah, he's dead.
And then, going to move into the wooded area over here, because I don't know where the other goblins might be, if there are more around here.
Okay, and almost just as you do that, you hear a short bow click from across the road at you as you're kind of like turning and like stepping into the brush, like looking for more goblins and being like, where the hell are these little bastards? As you step in there, you hear another short bow click. Oh, it's a nat 20.
Oh, shit.
And let me just get the modifier up.
Couldn't save that stones and dirt.
Ah, damn. You're going to only take 7 damage. 7 piercing damage.
That's alright.
I rolled pretty low. And then he is going to hide. Oof. I'm just going to say your guys' perception, your passive perceptions are all going to be higher than this anyways, because it was pretty fucking low. So he is not hidden. And he's going to use his movement speed. He's going to scamper up this embankment and then start running away. And Jeffrey, you're up.
Can I see him up there?
Yeah, you can see him.
I will.
I'd say after this round, like his next running turn, he'll definitely be getting like an AC buff. But for the most part, yeah, you can still see him scampering, running in there. Because it's all happening simultaneously, too. You hear him
I will
more so than you see him.
I'll allow him
To run?
I will just hold my action if anything comes near.
Cool. And Caulder, you're up.
I see him trying to escape, yeah?
Yeah. Yep. You guys both hear him first. And then as you look over the embankment, you can see him running away. You can see Orin's got an arrow sticking out of his ass. And then you see this goblin running away.
Is that Jeffrey with me in the...
Yeah. Yep, you saw Jeffrey look over at it. And it'll kind of like start to this like magical glow. And then just like holds his mace down and starts looking around. Holding his action.
I note that Jeffrey held back on taking this particular gobbo out, so I will do the same and just let him run.
Cohesion. It's beginning to seal. Okay. And then this gobbo's dead. This gobbo. And Mireshi, you're up.
I'm going to, with my right foot, like kind of like get it underneath the bottom half of this goblin body that I killed, and kick it up in the air and step out into the road. And I'm just gonna yell at the top of my lungs in Goblin, if there's any more of you fuckers hiding, I suggest you run too, and see if I can make an intimidation check to make them pop up.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, that is a nat 20.
Holy shit. All the birds in the tree, like the whole surrounding area, the trees with all the birds in them just scatter. Like they're like you've scared every living creature that's not your own party. As the whole forest goes silent after your deafening roar, and you just hear a scampering from one end that's like gone, and then you can see the dude who's running away start to piss his pants. And that is anything else?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to reach him, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'll just stay there.
And so that was 3 turns without any, attacks happening. So I'm going to close the initiative order. And that goblin is going to... Well, I guess Orin and Mad Jack still had a turn, right? Before that goblin. If either of you want to do something to this goblin, you're more than welcome to. Because when it's his turn next, he's going to use speed, action, and bonus action for all of dashing. So he's going to be gone. If you two don't want to do anything, he's just going to be gone. So technically it's up for grabs because this guy's about to leave as he's fucking booking it through the trees.
I'll just watch him go and then kind of acknowledge that I'll track him when the time comes.
Okay. Orin, anything from you, big dog?
Yeah. So, because he so kindly put an arrow in my ass, I'm gonna...
Why do I always get shot in the ass?
I'm gonna move up to here, pull out a javelin, and just give it a try.
Okay. Let it rip.
Rip, Peter Chip.
Yeah, that definitely misses.
Okay. Then he is going to... gone. He takes off into the trees, and you can no longer see him.
Do we get the idea that that was the last goblin round?
Yeah, especially after Mireshi. Is it Mireshi?
Mireshi.
Mireshi. Okay, Mireshi. Especially after Mireshi fucking yelled like that. It is so quiet that you wouldn't even need to really perception check to hear anything else moving around. It is dead silent. Everything that is not you guys is not in that area. It's very much gone.
We've established that the 2 dead horses belong to the dwarf and the guy escorting him, correct?
Correct.
Gonna investigate the area and see if we can find any drag marks to see where the goblin took them.
Yeah, make an investigation.
Can I help him and give him advantage?
Yeah, you both can roll, or you can let him roll survival. You can roll investigation or survival.
I'll take survival since I'm proficient in that anyway.
Okay.
It'll be a 19.
Okay.
You want me to roll too, or did you just want to give him advantage?
No, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
So there is a trail hidden behind the thickets on the north side of the road that leads northwest. Basically where that goblin was running off, was on a trail. And looking at all the tracks, you recognize that there was about a dozen goblins that have come and gone along this trail. This is where they eat. This is like their fucking fishing net that they put out. Um, So you can notice the tracks of a dozen goblins that have come and gone along the trail. As well, you see signs, you find trails of 2 human-sized bodies that had been hauled away from the ambush site following that trail. So you see all the little goblin footprints, and then you also see 2 body-sized trails that were drug away.
That was.
Can I bring the cart up? The rest of them?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna bring the cart up, and I'm gonna get off the cart, and I'm gonna say the last right.
For who?
All of the creatures, the horses and the goblins.
Okay.
And while he's doing that, Orin is going to dig the arrow out of his ass.
Okay, that seems legit.
As the wagon rolls up, because I had no idea what was going on up here, I'd like to ask. So what are we seeing?
Orin will expo dump the information that he gathered from investigating the area.
Rockseeker and Hallwinter were taken. Rockseeker's an old family friend. We should attempt to track him down.
I agree, or else we don't get paid.
That's a good point.
Well, at least we get a free card out of it.
I would say, judging by the amount of tracks, that there's definitely a goblin camp nearby.
Well, should we follow the little runt that ran away?
Absolutely, Mad Jack. You lead the way.
Mad Jack, having your favored foe being goblins and orcs, I also wanted to know your favorite terrain. It's natural explorer feat. I put a question mark by it on your sheet last night, but forgot to remind you today. What is your favorite terrain?
I'm gonna go with a forest.
Perfect. Makes sense for a ranger who kills goblins. Fucking Dale
Why?
Gribble. Fucking Dale Gribble. Dale Gribble. I would love to make a ranger named Dale Gribble whose like fucking
Oh
favorite
my
enemy
God.
is insects.
Yeah,
And, like-
just exterminator.
Yeah.
Just drinks Alamo beer all day.
Should we take a short rest and regroup before we go after this? There could be a lot more goblins down wherever they're camped.
And they'll know we're coming since we let them move.
What time of the day is it?
It's midday.
How far from Phandelver are we?
You're not far. You could get there with the rest of your remaining day.
I'd rather use the rest of the day to sneak up on this camp.
Jeffrey kind of giggles when you say that, and so kind of like shakes his armor a little bit. And he's like,
You cut out there. What was that?
"Is it?" Jeffrey kind of giggles at the sneak up on the camp comment.
Yeah.
And kinda
and
shakes.
then when you laugh, you shake your armor, and it's like
Yeah.
rattling chainmail.
Does it look like we could take this cart with us down that trail?
It doesn't, but with how obedient the oxen are, yeah, I'm sorry. To answer your question, no. The cart definitely would not be able to go down the trail. It's fairly narrow. It's more of like a cattle path for goblins. But the oxen are very well trained, and Rockseeker himself spoke on the obedience of them. It would not take much to just lash them to a tree. They drive themselves as long as you're holding the reins. So you could probably just even let go of the reins and probably be fine. But it wouldn't take much to lash them to a tree.
Can I lash him like over in this area next to this tree?
Do we want to do that? The cart could get stolen.
Well, if
don't
we're going
find-
after
Yeah.
if we're going
We don't-
after our compatriots, we're going to need to do something.
Well,
Heart doesn't mean anything if our employer can't pay us.
is 10 gold pieces really that
That's
big
not
of a deal?
necessarily true, depending on what the loot.
Can always sell the cart.
Technically, the quest was bring the caravan to Brothan's Provisions and get 10 gold each.
still say we go get Rockseeker.
The
Use the
odds of
cart.
them surviving in a goblin encampment is not great.
Yeah. After the first 48, it's all bad news.
The odds of these goblins surviving us coming to this camp are not great either. So let's go.
Let's do it.
Short rest before we go.
As a nobleman, Calder spent a lot of time watching 24, just lounging in the palisade and just like, this honestly, it could have been 24 hours already.
The first 48.
The first 48. Or whatever it was. Okay, so what is the decision?
I think
We're
we can
gonna
take
lash
a short...
the oxen to the tree and take off after a short rest.
Okay, so you guys lash up the wagon to the tree here. You have a little kip. Put your backs up against the wagon wheels. Do what you need to do to take a short rest. And why don't we take a short break
rest.
to ourselves? I want to... Let's do this. When we take a short rest, that could be an opportunity to take a 5-minute break. When we take a long rest, it's an opportunity to take a 10-minute break. What do you say?
Perfect.
5 minutes to just use the restroom, refill any beverages.
Thank you.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
All right, cool. I'll see you guys back here at 8:24. Let's just say 8:25. Let's keep it random,
Yep.
rounded.
All right, see you in a minute.
All right. See you in 5 minutes, actually. I'm such a goofy guy. I don't want to leave you guys in radio silence because I think that is rude, and especially when you have such great music from Culla, an artiste who you can find at Culla, Cullah. It's at the bottom of the page. You can find him on Spotify, Culla.com. You can back his music and purchase his CDs, etc. Vinyls. The vinyls sound absolutely delicious. All on Culla.com. With shows playing all summer. Currently, he's touring on the East Coast, I believe. I'll have to catch up and see how that's going. But we are out in the wild. We are going to listen to his album, Culla the Wild. And I will leave you with the song. Actually, I think Calamity's got better music for the wild. Calamity... Let me go back to Calamity. Sorry, guys. Colossus is what I meant, not Calamity. The song is... Bum, 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 bum. I See. So this song, I See, is track 6 on the Colossus album, and it's about a man who moves out to the wilderness and ends up having to defeat some wild bears to earn his keep in nature. That's a paraphrase. I'm sure Culla could be more poetic with it, but that's the folk I see, and enjoy this. I'll be back.
that he won the fight that night. For the story goes that the bears barely fared at all. Oh, I see tomorrow the man on his tread, soaked in bear's blood with 3 severed heads. 3 severed heads. Oh, I see forever a man far from home, learning to live on his own. On his own. When you wake up one morning and you realize, all groggy and misty-eyed, that you're flying right through the sky on a falcon named Jebediah. When you come to, you see right in front of you, Jebediah staying cool, he ain't scared of the sky or to die from a fall to the earth. But you know that he's got those wings and a beak and a voice that sings, among many other powerful things. He's the king of the falcons. Then you think about it with every single brain cell. That has gotta be some kind of
What's
magic
up, guys?
spell.
We're
You start
back.
feeling deceived. You stand up with your lungs swelled and your chest heaves, saying, King Jebediah.
Okay, I'm gonna head over to the adventuring lobby here. Caulder, thank you for the musical break. Just gonna fade you out very ungracefully and head back to the adventuring lobby. Hello, everybody. Is everybody back?
Present.
Yes.
Hola.
I'm dad.
I mean, I'm dad. I don't know if I'm back, but I am dad. All right, so
Goblin.
let me know everything that happens over this long rest or this short rest. Who's using a hit dice? Who's doing what? Tell me what you're recharging.
Yeah, hit dice restores health, right?
Sure does, baby boy.
Cool. What do I roll? One.
As a ranger,
D10?
it should say, yeah, it's a D10 as a ranger. Nice, martial class.
Can I just click it, or is it gonna?
You can just click it, I believe. If it highlights red, you should be able to just click it.
I rolled a 1 plus 3.
I'll just let you redo that because of
All right.
just a number of things. One, I want you to enjoy your time here playing D&D with us, and two, you
Wait,
are
isn't that
halfling.
a 1 though? Don't you get to reroll
It
that
doesn't
anyway?
count for halfling luck, but I'll just, for the sake of us.
No
I
you
rolled
way,
a 1.
dude.
The gods have decreed.
I'll
Hey,
take the
Log-
4. It's okay.
Logan, can I pass my inspiration to him and
No, it doesn't work for him. He already used up my grace by rolling another 1. Do you add Constitution to your hit dice for a short rest?
Yep. You do.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. That's right. Why wouldn't you? Because that's the point of having a beefy con.
I got no hit dice left though.
You only get 1 per level, so
Yeah.
at level 1. That's okay. Are you still bloodied?
No.
That'd be terrible. That'd be tragic. Okay. And another thing too, out of short rest, just like throw out in the chat, like, just so I have like this weird like mama bird syndrome where I just want to be like, okay, Orin, and your rage comes back. I'm like, okay, wizard, your arcane recovery does this, and it's just like, I'm just gonna trust you guys, but it just helps me stay calm knowing you like, yep, I got my rage back, and I threw a hit dice, just got my rage back,
I'm using D&D Beyond, brother. It does all that for me.
I know. I don't care about D&D Beyond or you. I said for my sake of mind. But yes, I feel you. That's right. You just click the campfire on that fucking machine.
Yep.
App. That app. Wunderbar.
Wunderbar.
And Jeffrey is sitting praying to his god.
I'm playing my
during the short
bagpipes.
rest. Nice. Good luck praying to your god while bagpipes are just wanging in the background. That's how I
prayed
rest.
before when people annoy me.
Miss Hellbreaker plays her pan flute, daydreaming about the imminent murder she is about to dish out. Nice. Bagpipe and pan flute to
Yeah, so go well
harmonizing under the creative umbrella that is soon to be murder of goblins. Without further delay, you guys head north on the trail. Let's just set up a marching order on the map here, just like placeholder thing. Who's in the front?
As we're walking past the spot where our Orin threw the javelin, he's gonna pick up the javelin that missed.
Sure. 1 second. Since you only get to retrieve half your artillery you spend. Nice. I
Fair.
rolled a nat 20. You can pick it back.
Perfect.
I was gonna say evens you can keep it, odds you don't. And so who's in the front of the tribe?
I'll take front.
Okay.
I'll be second.
And what's your passive perception?
Mine?
Yeah. Whoever's in front.
14.
Okay. Explain to me you on the trail being the front of the pack. You guys are walking through the woods. It is dense and undense. You know, there's like for the most part, just dirt, tall vegetation immediately like along the road that's just trampled down and been trampled down for a long time. You can tell the goblins have been using this raceway for quite some time. And what's up?
I was gonna say, as they're walking, Orin's just watching the sides of the path for where the goblins might have recently run off to maybe set up like a hasty ambush.
Okay. Why don't you make me a perception check?
17.
Okay. As you're panning your head left and right, looking for like an ambush, you don't notice an ambush coming, but you do see in front of you a snare. So you're looking through the trees, and on one of the trees, you see a rope like looped around the trunk of it. And that not being like a natural source, right? This is clearly a rope that was like put out there, fresh rope. You look at that and you follow the rope up into the canopy. You see where there's a huge loaded log as a counterweight. Follow the rest of the rope and you see the snare in the road covered up by a bunch of loose leaves that have recently been scattered over it.
There any sticks nearby?
Sure, there's plenty.
Like decent sized stick?
Yeah, you can find it.
Orin's gonna pick one up and set the snare off.
Cool. And just how it would work, just grabs the stick, yeets it up in the air as the counterweight drops off on the side. And then Mad Jack, make a deck save as the counterweight is about. No, I'm just kidding. You're fine. I wouldn't do that.
Hey,
as
just
as
'cause
Orin
I'm
doesn't
well.
say anything to the group, just like
Yeah,
fucking
I-
triggers a trap. It's
I
like-
jump, right?
yeah.
Startled
I mean-
not-
Yeah. There's-
I'll make a deck save.
No, you guys are fine. The trap is alarming, though. The trap is very alarming as you guys are walking, and he triggers it. You guys all look to see, like, you're checking yourselves, like, looking around, like, whoa, holy shit. Not knowing if that was some kind of trebuchet or what. So that was about 10 minutes on the trail.
Is it pretty loud? Because then I'm all... That might have drawn others. Careful.
Very good. And you guys continue walking down the trail. It's getting a little bit more dense now, a little bit more packed. And I'm going to need you to roll another perception check, Orin.
Alright.
With the Natural Explorer, if we're traveling for more than... Oh, we haven't been traveling for more than an hour. Never mind.
Nope. Why? What is it? Read it to me.
When traveling for more than an hour in your favorite terrain, you gain the following benefits. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group cannot become lost except by magical means. And even when you are engaged in other activity while traveling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, you remain alert to danger. If you're traveling alone, you can stay stealthy.
Okay. And Orin, what was your perception check?
I was... fuck was it? I think it was like a 15.
It
Yeah,
was
I got
like
a
a 15?
I got...
Okay.
Yeah, I got... Sorry, I got an 11. I was checking my... yeah,
Oh,
15.
okay, bet. So, as you take a step forward, you have danger sense, right? Do you get that at level 1?
Not yet.
Okay, well, this is where you start learning about danger sense, because you get this weird tingle up your spine, almost like you're afraid. You get this, like, phobia about goblins and how you're like a big elephant and they're like tiny little shits. How do you take down a big elephant? It's at its feet. And right as you look down, as you're about to place your foot down, you see another bushy area. There's a lot of overhang over the trail, so it's hard to notice. But right below you is a pitfall. It's about 6 feet wide and 10 feet deep. And, yeah. As you notice the pitfall, I just need an athletics check. Or, I will take an acrobatics, because you can, like, try and do some fucking rope swinging.
I'm proficient in that athletics. I'll use inspiration on this, too.
No, you don't have to use inspiration unless you fail. Again, yeah, inspiration's only if you fail, and I'm like, sorry, that does not work. You take all this damage. You'd be like, I'm going to use my inspiration. But I just need everybody to yeet an athletics or an acrobatics in the chat for me, or just roll and let me know. It's not hard at all.
Rolled the 13, got a 19.
Got a 13.
Did everybody?
13. Yeah. Calder got a 6. Jeffrey got a 7. Just waiting for Mad Jax.
Oh, sorry. You said acrobatics?
Yeah, or athletics. Either or.
Oh, I'll definitely do acrobatics. Oh, that's a 1. I'm going to re-roll it. That's an 18.
Oh my god, you're
fucking halfway.
Dude, the only thing I was looking for was nat ones. I was like, they know that there's a trap here. There's no reason for them to fall in this trap now. Unless it's a nat 1 and they're like trying to slide over it or beach, trying to do an aerial somersault over it. Mad Jack does some wild acrobatics, like absolutely agreed, like runs up this, like tries to like parkour kick off a tree trunk. But as he plants his foot into the tree, because of rot, his foot just sinks in and he slips. But then, like, as he's falling into the pit, in really shitty action movies when, like, they're clearly cabled and they're, like, falling and then they just, like, defy gravity for a second because of the cables.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? It just, like, totally breaks the fourth wall entirely. Where it's like they're falling and, like, just change directions in air because of stunt double cables. That's what happens. Jack, he's running, he's, like, falling into the pit and he just, like, elevates just a little bit and makes it because of bad camera work. Just this, we've now started playing this shitty, like, knockoff action movie.
Bollywood movie.
A Bollywood, absolutely. That's 100% what I'm thinking. They do all that crazy shit. And you guys do just fine getting through the traps.
Just keep pressing forward.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
With the crossbow out, ready to shoot some
Following the goblin's trail, you come across a large cave in a hillside 5 miles from the scene of the ambush. A shallow stream flows out of the mouth of the cave, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow, dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream. So as you guys are approaching, you're on the, we'll say, southwest side, or the bottom left. And you're approaching now this giant mouth of a cave. I can't explain to you how disgusting this smells. As if the cave itself is a toothy maw of some fucking butthole monster. And it's just breathing this stink out into the forest. There's a pile of bones, just like refuse piles, like they just take their garbage out and just yeet it in their front yard. It just looks like something you'd find in a devastated area of just people who don't have any regard for where they live.
As the smell, since he's up front and the smell hits him first, Orin just looks back. It wasn't me, and keeps walking.
That's too good. I'm just gonna put you guys over here. Yeah, groovy. So Orin admits that was not his stinky poopy, and you guys see that this nasty yawning mouth of the cave that's very clearly inhabited and thriving with goblins, dirty little bastards. There is a river that is also a stream, rather. There's a stream, like small pebbles and stuff, a babbling brook that's coming out of the mouth of the cave. And so in order to go into the cave, you're going to either have to walk right into the, walk through the stream, or if you just cross over the stream, it's only a couple feet big. But crossing the stream, there is a dry path that leads into the cave. Now, along the stream, as you guys are approaching the cave, you are entering this little clearing of an area. As you look in front of you, you're looking through this small clearing at the cave entrance. Everybody picture this in your head. Put away everything in your life right now and just tilt your head up. Look at the ceiling or close your eyes. You enter this clearing in the woods, and in front of you, 30 feet, is the mouth of this cave, breathing this horrendous odor. Bone piles, there's not an animal in sight, even though maybe you can see like a couple rabbit snares set up that are meaningless. And coming out is this stream. On the other side of the stream is the dry path into the cave, along which is very dense, thick trees across the stream, a thick briar patch. So it's almost like a briar wall across the stream in front of the cave. And I want to know full marching orders at this point. So Orin's in the front, and then who's like, you guys don't have to be in a straight line, but you can be like flanking to like sides too.
I'll be behind Orin.
Cool. You know what? Let's just use our... this was a good idea. I put our tokens in the top right of this map. Go ahead and just put your tokens where you guys want to be. Okay. I'm gonna assume silence means you're good.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Safe bet.
It's one of those things where it's like over the internet, like live playing like at a table. It's like, cool, like update your tokens for me. And if someone's just like, well, I'm good there, they're fine. Over the internet, like silence is just like me staring at a wall. And you guys are in your marching order, and now I'm just gonna let you guys progress the story in your words. I've painted the entry scene.
I'm gonna look at the group.
How wide exactly was the stream?
3 feet.
Yeah, let me just go ahead here and look at it. The stream itself, like 5 feet wide. And it's shallow. It's inches deep. And it's just like going over pebbles and big rocks. So there's like, Yeah, a lot of flat, really smooth pebbles, a lot of rocks. It's only a couple inches deep, though. The bed itself is about 10 feet wide, but there is like a 5-foot shallow stream that's going over the shallow rocks, the smooth rocks. 5 feet.
Orin is going to go ahead and cross, just so when they're inside the cave, he's not sloshing around water.
Right.
I'm
Totally
gonna
fair.
turn to the rest of the group and just ask them, "I was like, you guys want to go in quiet or do you guys want to go in loud?"
I'd prefer the stealth option, at least to start.
Sounds good.
I don't know if loud always works.
I'm also going to cross the stream.
They left the cave entrance unguarded. Very strange. Unless they didn't.
So right now, I have you guys kind of like talking over your plan. Like, should we go in stealthily? Should we just go in, rip shit, tearing it up? And Orin is crossing the stream. And Mireshi.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. And Mireshi following right behind him.
I'll follow them as well.
Okay. And as you are crossing the stream, on the east side of the stream, flowing from the cave mouth, when you get to the front of the cave, you look at that briar patch that's across the stream that you kind of had to go north of a little bit. And in the briar thickets, it has been hollowed out to form a lookout post, or which I think in military terms is called a blind. Wooden planks have been laid out to flatten the briars and provide a little room for guards to lay down hidden and watch the area around the blind, including a pair of goblins lurking there right now. So let me move us over to a battle map.
Ah, I had taken them for fools.
I just kind of turn and look at him and like kind of give like a half chuckle and be like, "Look at these little shits."
Look at these little
Like
bats.
off the table.
You bastards.
Ugly motherfuckers. You look like you
Thank-
eat sand.
Take those stupid earrings out your ears and eat some more sand, huh?
A fried sand sandwich.
I figured they already knew we were coming. What are we waiting for?
You look like LeBron James' illegitimate goblin son. Ugly motherfucker.
Stop.
All right, I'm gonna pull us over to the battle map, and then we can roll for initiative. Black screen.
Oh boy, that's a tiny map.
Scroll down, please.
Is a itty bitty.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because fog of war.
Fog of war.
I'm
Never
sorry.
heard of
Did that break? Did that break immersion for you?
I immersion.
Just made me miss.
Right,
when they
Click your
actually had
token.
fog.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Okay. Click on your tokens and roll for initiative.
What'd you do with the turn order?
Wouldn't it be nice if the turn order didn't turn away? There it is.
Oh, now I gotta
Did you
do it
guys
again.
already? Ooh, yeah,
Yeah,
do it
we
again.
did.
But I will retro. I will in. Oh, yep. Good.
There it is.
Everybody, just,
hey, whoa.
everybody just keep acting normal.
You don't even need to change mine. Let's go.
Does yours stay the
Yeah,
same?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's see here. Whose needs to be updated?
Oh, perfect. That's what I rolled originally anyway.
Yeah.
Look at
I
my
also-
nat
Is that
1
two of you?
initiative.
Mireshi rolled a 19 to start. Orin rolled a 10. Calder rolled a 9. Teen. Sorry, I don't know why. I just like
I didn't
rolled a
even know
9.
that.
Calder rolled a 9. Teen.
Team.
Teen. 21.
21.
Oh. Okay, so up first is this ugly motherfucking goblin who definitely looks like he's been eating sand. And he is going to loose an arrow at Mireshi.
I'm just not going to correct him. I'm just gonna let him say it.
Mireshi. Every time I do it wrong, Mireshi. Does a 15 hit you, Mireshi?
It does not.
Okay. As the arrow just like ricochets off your shield. Yeah, you got your shield out. You're walking. You and fucking Orin both have shields. That's so dope. You guys are like walking with your shields out. You get to this clearing, shoo, and you see these goblins sitting there. They're caught off guard. Like they're like in a blind, supposed to be like watching the entrance, but they're fucking playing cards and doing other dumb shit. And grabs an arrow and looses it at you, and you have plenty of time to just raise your shield, ting, and reflect it. And he drops his short bow and is reaching for his shield now.
Okay.
Mireshi, it's your turn.
One just shot at me.
The north one, the one on top.
Cool.
I'm sorry, the one on the bottom. I'm so sorry. If you guys hover over the turn order, does it highlight it for you?
If you hover over the one that went first, it'll show. The bottom one is actually the one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The 22 is the one that went first. Yeah, so if you ever hover
Gotcha.
over the turn order, it'll do that. Yep.
It'll highlight in yellow.
I'm gonna rush forward and attack with my longsword.
Okay.
An 8, I'm assuming, does not hit.
8 does not hit.
All
You
right.
and when you first get into Briars, that's a tough situation for Mireshi. Anything else?
No, that's everything.
Anything else, Miss Hellbreaker?
I'm gonna use my bonus action to submit a name change.
Nope. That's actually a ritual cast of 10 minutes.
It's better send it to the courthouse, I think. You know.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
No, that's the end of it.
Okay, Caulder, you're up.
I'd like to move north just a little bit to get a better vantage, and I'll take I'll loose my crossbow at the northmost goblin there. 17.
Nice. That's a shit.
That's one hell of a shit.
Damn, dude, 6 every crossbow shot so far.
For 6.
But yeah, that's he doesn't die, but same thing as the last one. That arrow just sticks right into his clavicle. You're like a deadeye at this point for shooting people in like the most vital spot without killing them. If you remove the arrow right now, he would die immediately. He is so low on health.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
That's gonna do it for me.
Okay. And it's his turn, and he is going to forego picking up his shield because his clavicle is completely destroyed, one of his arms, and he is going to just sprint right at you, bouncing off of Orin's shield as he's running. He's still within 5 feet. So he like runs into his shield and just like bounces off of Orin's shield and then leaps at you from the water and makes a scimitar attack. Oh no. And as he's running at you and he bounces off of Orin's shield and he leaps off of a rock. There was a flat stone rock. He plants his foot on it and starts to leap, but there's so much like moss since this rock is like no longer underwater. It's just pooling like moss and stuff. And his foot slips and he falls right in front of you on his own scimitar and dies.
I'd do that exact laugh right there.
That is a comedic relief right there. Yeah, he had 1 HP
goblins,
left.
dude.
He had 1 HP left and just rolled a nat 1. So he just slipped off that rock and stabbed himself with his own scimitar, and he's fucking dead. Worthless goblin.
Yeah.
He's fired.
Fucking goblin.
And then you look at him and you notice that that's the goblin that was running away.
Oh, this is the one from earlier. I say to everyone.
Nice. Jeffrey, you're up.
I'm going to.
Oh, this
move-
ugly motherfucker! I remember him. He looks like he
I'm gonna
eats
move
sand.
over. Actually, I'm gonna move over to this guy, bend down a little bit, and say, "You should have kept running," and then move
Nice.
over him and towards this goblin.
Okay.
And then I will. Take out my mace and my shield, and I will attempt to strike him with my mace.
Okay, make an attempted mace attack. Bear mace.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So rolled a 9 and then an 8. Those do not hit.
I can use my bonus action to try to shove him with my shield.
Hell yeah.
Shield master, baby. Okay. He's got
because you took because you're a human and you for your variant human feature you took shield master.
Yep.
Dude, hold on. I don't mean to interrupt this. Sword and shield is my favorite. I currently play Mountain Blade Bannerlord. My whole fucking infantry is just sword and shield, like shield walls. And we've got 3 people in their party that are running shields in one hands, plus a shield master. You love to see it.
Okay.
So, make your shield bash. Sorry, I fucking love shields, man.
Sure how it works.
I think it might be that you're trying to shove him.
Use the bonus action to try to shove a creature within 5 feet with your shield.
Okay, so it's gonna be your athletics versus the goblin's contested athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Like you would take a shove action.
Athletics.
Oh damn. Yeah.
21.
Oh fuck. Dude. Yeah, your whole shield like scoops him up, and you like jettison him into the air, and he's like falling, like he was trying to ready his own shield after dropping his bow. And Mireshi has like swung her longsword that he dodged, and then as he like crouched down, you just lifted him up with your shield, and you throw him back. And Mireshi Hellbreaker laughs as this goblin gets yeeted into the air. Nice.
I'm going to move up towards him as I knock him back.
Nice, very sexy.
And that's my turn.
Orin,
Would
you're
that
up.
count as an attack of opportunity for me since that goblin moved out of that space?
No.
He never left 5 feet of you, and also no, it does not count because it's a very quick action. It's not it's not like a conscious retreat. He's being like yeeted, so it's like even more difficult to hit him at that point.
Did he get knocked prone because of that?
No, just shoved 5 feet.
Fuck. Okay. Orin will move up to here.
Okay. Oh, dude, he's not going anywhere. Poor little bastard. And he looks so fucking nervous right now, dude.
Not raging. I'm gonna take a swing at him with the warhammer.
Okay.
Fuck, 9.
That does not hit. So he's like
bobbing and weaving.
He's bobbing and weaving, and then like gets lifted up by a shield, and as he gets thrown back, he sees you coming in. Just again, like parries that one. Doesn't have his shield out yet. Even he's still just like scimitar out. Anything else?
Oh, that'll end my turn.
Okay, Mad Jack, you're up.
Oh, hey, it's me. I'm going to move across the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then make a longbow shot at the goblin.
Okay, I'm only gonna slightly raise his AC because you have a teammate in the way, but only very slightly.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
25.
I think a 25 will hit.
Perfect. That's 8 piercing damage.
Yes.
That's enough. You did it. as everybody's
Pins
just
in
like
the tree.
everybody's just swinging around this goblin as he's just break dancing to save his life. He is just like, whoa. He looks like he's like Fortnite dancing, trying to dodge all this stuff, and he gets lifted by the shield and just gets like tossed back, dodges again, and then just takes an arrow straight in the head. As he's dodging, dipping, ducking, and weaving, just fucking like Patches of Houlihan just yeets an arrow right in between his eyes, and he just goes stiff and falls back, tips over.
Hey, right.
Orin's gonna pick up the body of the goblins, both of them, and toss them into the back further into the briar brush,
Sure.
just in case any goblins come up behind and see the dead bodies or
Yeah.
whatever.
Always hide your corpses. You
Yeah,
throw them into the
always.
thickets and they just fucking disappear. You throw their bodies in there and it's such a thick briar patch, they're gone. And you see 2 copper pieces sitting on the boards where they were like throwing dice and like laying cards down with each other.
Orin will ignore the copper pieces.
Okay.
I will, before we enter the cave, I will turn to the group and say, perhaps I should lead now on.
Okay.
By all means, I usher you along.
Yeah. And I want to know everybody's dark vision.
I don't have it.
I do have dark vision.
But I have
at
torch.
60 feet.
Okay, so Mireshi has 60 feet. Goliaths, do they have dark vision?
No. No dark vision.
Halflings do not,
Nope.
right? And half-elves do, don't they?
Yeah, to 60 feet. Yep.
Okay, so Mireshi and Caulder have dark vision, and then you wanted to light a torch, Jeffrey?
Yep. I will let it.
Okay, I'll just give you the torch tool here. See aura. Torches are huge, man.
That was a
Hey.
huge light.
Just like the sun, like coming into this torch.
It's 20 feet bright light and 40 feet dim light. Here, maybe I'll
Cool.
turn the dim light a little. I'll turn down the dim light.
What do you mean?
Here, is that better for everybody?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
actually see the map now.
No.
Funny story. I used yellow for bright light and orange for dim light. I changed the orange to brown. So
This
I
man
mean, they
over
both look
here
yellow to me. So.
lighting up
Yeah.
Phandelver.
all the fans was like, oh, signal.
Yeah, right?
Gondor has lit the tower. The towers of Gondor have been lit.
Fucking 32,000 lumen torch.
All right, now don't go anywhere just yet. Let me update the story. Just inside the cave mouth, a few unseen stone steps lead up to a small, dank chamber on the east side, right side of the passage. The cave narrows to a steep fissure on the oh wait, you don't know that part yet. But you see a few unseen stone steps that lead up to a small, dank chamber on the east side of the passage. You know what? I'm just going to say because you are like already at the mouth, you can peek around the corner anyways. I will read this then. The cave that you're looking into narrows to a steep fissure at the far end, looking into the right there. And it's filled with this room is filled with the stench of animals. Savage snarls and sounds of rattling chains greet your ears as you're walking up to it, where 3 wolves are chained up just inside the opening. Each wolf's chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of a stalagmite. So let me reveal this area as well.
As you're doing that, I would like to say to Rogers Academy in your chat,
Oh,
grow up,
sweet.
bro. Grow up.
Uh-oh, what happened?
No, it's an
That's
inside
funny.
joke. Inside
Nice.
joke.
Grow up, man. I'm not on the inside,
Just grow up.
but hey, he did hear the call out. I mentioned that we can come heckle Andrew. I said heckle, not bully, but you still get points for showing up.
So these are chained?
Yeah, they're chained. There's a stalagmite right above them, and you can they're chained to it, and you can hear them snarling savagely on like rattling their chains. They're not necessarily looking right at you. The bright light also is kind of making them, they're not really looking that your direction because of the bright light. What I want to bring attention to though is across the cave. Do you see this fissure? Oh, I gotta get out this tool. This fissure here. That is high up in the air. So that's like 10, 20 feet up in the air. And it's a fissure that's cracked the wall. But way up there is an opening. And in that opening, you can see past your dim light, there's a bright light coming out of that fissure. Like a campfire light coming out of that. High up in the air.
Do these wolves look like regular wolves, or do they look like different?
You can make a animal handling or a nature check if you'd like. Yo, Lord Kosh, what's up? Glogont, what's up? Golagont, what's up?
Animal handling, I'll do that.
Magic etiquette, what's up?
Good choice.
Natural 1?
Yeah.
They look like regular wolves to you as you're there. Magic etiquette, welcome to the chat for the first time. Yeah, you can
I think Caulder will kind of move up so you can see them, and then bark like a sit at them in Goblin to see if that does anything.
Ooh. Make an animal handling check with advantage.
Natural 20.
Natural. So we went from a nat 1 animal handling to a nat 20 animal handling. As you yell, sit in Goblin, what does that sound like?
Oh shit. Sit.
Nice. And they don't sit, but they turn and they're like squinting at you guys now. They're kind of like, and they're like snarling. But I will also say, with the nat 20, you can tell these dogs, these wolves, are regular wolves, but they look starved. Like they are, like you can see some of their ribs on some of them. They look just like emaciated, and when you say sit, all the fight goes out of their eyes, but they're still just like, you know when dogs smile and they have like their big canine teeth, like they're still like snarling at you, but you can tell these dogs are, it doesn't take a lot to like get these dogs on your side. If not, they already are. It's just that there's no fight in them. You could unchain them right now and they might just run away. They're just not worth your time. With a 21 animal handling, these dogs are just nasty and not worth your time.
Yeah,
Before
the rest of them.
Before you go to unchain them or anything, I will go up to them with rations out, with like dried meats and that stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll feed all of them.
Before you do that, I'd like to like put my like a seatbelt hand, kind of like to try and slow you down. Be like, it may be best to just put them out of their misery.
I agree.
I'll turn to you and go, all beings deserve.
Sorry, you cut out a little bit. What was that?
Alright. I'll turn to you and go, all beings deserve life.
They also all deserve a dignified death. And I think we can provide that here.
Dying chained up isn't very dignified.
Starving and suffering isn't very dignified either.
That's why I'm trying to feed them.
I'm just gonna walk up to the first one and try to kill it.
I'm going to.
I'm not hot or bothered by that.
I'm going to try to stop you.
I rolled a 22 for my attack, if that matters.
Wait, you just made a longsword attack on what?
I just went up to one of those dogs and tried to kill it.
Okay.
I'm trying to stop Mireshi.
Okay. Since this is a conflict of interest, I will let you roll a dex save to try and stop Mireshi as she goes to execute one of these dogs.
Yeah.
Just a dex save to see if you can wield your shield pull up your shield fast enough.
I get to add my dex, my shield AC to my dex saves. If it targets me only, but I guess it's not targeting me.
No, it's not.
14.
Okay, and your attack was 22. I'm just gonna say that is not enough. That's like a proper longsword attack. If you want to roll damage, you can definitely do that.
I did not roll the right one, but I rolled the same thing. That's crazy. 9 slashing.
Okay. In a just absolute gruesome lunge, you completely maim this wolf where its arm bone is like taken off of its back, and its like limp neck is keeping itself together, but now it's dramatically whimpering as it's like bleeding out but not dead yet.
Oh god.
As soon as he does that, I come up with my my hand axe. Oh, sorry. Yes, she. As soon as she does that, I come up with my hand axe over, like from behind him, and just bring it down.
Okay, roll your hand axe. Okay.
12.
I'll let that hit.
I'd
Yeah, if that thing's on the verge of death, it's not going anywhere.
It's dead now.
Yeah, I'd like to look at the card and say, sorry, Cleric, it's decided, and then let one loose at one of the other 2 remaining ones.
I'll tell you what.
Probably just brutalize them, right?
1 second. Let me just consult what the handout says here.
We're supposed to pet the dog, not kill the dogs.
Yeah. So your crossbow does not hit the 10. Does not hit. And I am going to have everybody roll for initiative. So click on your token. Smash that initiative button. And you use your hand axe to kill that wolf, so you're in the room, Mad Jack.
Mm-hmm.
It was a statement.
Damn, a nat 20 on initiative. What's up, Orin?
Skirt.
Got him.
That is everybody. Okay. Orin, you are up first.
Alright, I will. We doing impeded movement through teammates?
No, you just can't end your turn.
Okay.
And occupying
I'm
the same
moving.
space.
I'm moving up to here. So, I will move up to here and take a swing at the nearby wolf.
Okay,
15.
that's a hit.
Oh. Is 1d8 or 1d6? No.
Is it really
1d8.
1d? It's 1d8.
No,
Yeah.
it was 1d8.
Anything that's I'm pretty sure anything that's versatile is 1d8 and 1d10. I'm pretty sure. That's like, I want to say 100% of the time, but I'm sure there's a rare case where that's not it. But versatile is usually a d8 and then a d10.
Yeah, I looked at my attack list, and for some reason, my javelin is showing up above my warhammer. So I was looking at the
so it's
damage
6
for
there.
that
Yeah,
instead.
fair enough.
Yeah, but 6 damage.
Okay. You have bloodied this wolf.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. And the dog you just ran in the room and fucking warhammered in the head is gonna lunge out and bite at you because it's fucking mad you just hit it with a club. It was only a 6.
That definitely doesn't hit.
Far from hitting. So that is... That's it for the wolf. The next wolf is going to just stay where it's at, but still attack Mireshi. Oof, that's only a 12.
That's a miss.
Mad Jack, you're up.
I would like to move up into this. Is it? There's like a stalag mite here, but can I
Yeah.
can I move up in that position?
Um,
Is that taking up the whole area?
I mean, it's like really tall and a weird structure. If you want to stand on it, you can make me an acrobatics check, like DC 10. Or go prone.
Nah. I'll just move behind
Okay.
because I got
Yep.
nimbleness.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily nimbleness too. It's just that you use double movement to go through an enemy, which you have plenty though to do what you want to do.
Okay. And then I will make a hand axe attack on the bloodied.
Nice. Roll a hand axe with advantage. Dirty 20 is a clap. Roll
Dirty
DiMaggio.
20.
Dirty 20 is a clap, dude.
Oh, that's a
Oof.
2. Oh.
It's not enough. Not enough
Ooh.
to kill it. But with
Just
its
fucking
warhammer on one hand, on the warhammer to the head, and then hand axe to the haunches, you guys are like, you're like, we're an awesome party. We're an awesome party of adventurers. Let's go take forever to maim a bunch of dogs.
I'd like to flip a coin into the air.
No, shut up. Get out. Leave. This bad boy does one. That goes back to the first time we ran this.
Oh God.
Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
Calder, you're up.
Light crossbow at the southern one.
Okay.
20.
What? You said that so like nonchalant, like, okay, it's light crossbow at the southern one, nat 20. I'm like, oh, it's funny because Rumpel always rolls nat 20s on roll 20. Yeah, that's right.
I hate to say it, but your attack's at disadvantage because you're making a ranged attack with someone within 5 feet of you.
He's not in there.
Yeah, Calder's like at
Oh, you're in the back.
steps.
I thought you were Mireshi.
Nope.
That's a nah.
Nope, this is him. He kind of looks like the guy from 28 Weeks Later, the one that survives in the beginning. So yeah, that's a full-on Claposaurus Rex for 12 damage, which... Yeah, that puts it down. Just a one clean shot. It's like you should have been executing them this whole time. It's a real. You're tired of watching these dogs get maimed, and you just fucking real clean shot, dude.
Yeah, I say, hey, Mad Jack, when you come back, can you bring me my bolt, please?
1 second. I'm not fucking with you. Every time we've tried to return artillery back to our inventory, I have rolled even or odds to see if you can get it back, and I've rolled a nat 20 every single time. You guys are doing this on purpose to drain my nat 20 pool. I know it, but yeah, you can retrieve that one arrow at the end of combat.
That'll pass my turn.
Okay. And Mireshi, you're up.
I will just step over the body of that dog that Caulder just killed, and I will make an attack with my longsword.
Okay.
11.
11 is not enough.
All right, that's
Way
the
to
end of my
live,
turn.
Shane.
Slipping on a pool of dog blood, you lose your balance and offset your swing. Jeffrey, you're up.
So both of these so the dog next to me is like maimed and destroyed, right?
All the dogs are just crumpled pieces of fur on the ground, except for the one that's bleeding out of both ends.
Can can I cast Spare the Dying on one of these dogs?
Sure.
Which one looks like it would work on a dog?
I guess I'm being too rude because they're wolves. So I'm going to say the dog that did not get crit 20'd on. So the one closest to you.
Okay, I'll cast Spare the Dying on that one.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. And up next is Orin.
Bringing down the Warhammer one more time just to end this with advantage.
Okay.
22.
Dirty. Yeah, that's good. 22 is enough to hit. You have to roll more than 3 damage.
That'll be 10 damage. I rolled a 6.
You've murdered it. Look how they've massacred my boy. Combat's over. And
Isn't that
there's
one
just...
alive?
No, it's not
Oh.
alive. It's still at 0 HP, but it's just like...
Unconscious.
It's unconscious. Yeah. It's like... It's not bleeding out anymore. Its shoulder blade that was cracked open from your longsword and the hand axe. Basically all the blood just was cauterized by holy light and is now just laying there and just like softly whimpering and like barely breathing. Still alive, but he's barely breathing.
Can I do the same to the other one they just killed?
Yes, you can do that too.
Okay.
No guarantee that they'll live or anything, but they're not dead. They're unconscious. This one whose head is just smashed in and his ass has been cut. It's just like, dude, just picturing a halfling named Mad Jack running around with a hand axe just freaks me out, dude. There's something about it that really freaks me out.
Yeah, giving you the Chucky vibe.
Yeah.
A little bit, dude. A little bit.
I just don't have any clever like rhymes to give you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, never mind. That was the leprechaun. That wasn't Chucky.
So yeah, you guys have the stairs on one end. You have this chimney shaft on the other side of you.
Does the chimney shaft look climbable or no?
If you want to make an athletics check, definitely you can try and start scaling up it.
My little ass would like to try and climb up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can fit my heavily armored ass up there.
So I want to say this. This is what we'll do. It's 30 feet in the air. And you'll be moving at half speed. And both of you can go if you want. But I think...
Natural one!
Okay.
It's a 5, but it's a natural.
So you go... It was a 5, you're right. But on a result of 5 or less, you're going to grab the wall and just... you just can't do a pull-up. just like... You put your arms up on the rocks and you're like... And your hand just like slips. You can't really find a grip. And you slip. But you don't take any fall damage.
So you need a athletics check. Is what you're...
Correct.
Cool. It's 18.
Okay, so you can move your 12 feet because it's half your movement speed. You can move 12 feet up the Hachua. 25 divided by 2 is 12 and a half, rounding down to 12. So you're just under halfway up the doodad. Do you want to make another athletics check to keep going?
Yeah. I will do that.
Make another athletics check.
19.
Okay. You make it another 12 feet up. You're now 6 feet away. So one more athletics check, you'll be able to get a look in there.
Cool. Let's do it. Was that 2?
So you rolled a
5.
So you rolled a 5. 2 is what I want you to roll because a 1 you're just gonna re-roll.
I know. Yeah. I know. I get that.
So you rolled a 5.
I would like to use my inspiration though.
Good man. I was just about to roll 2d6 fall damage on your ass.
That's
Oh,
a
no, you fucking kidding. You are the most fucking roller coaster player I've ever. At least with Rumble, we know it's always gonna be a nat 20, but with you, it's like flip a coin, it's a 1 or a 20. I don't do anything in between. It's like I roll 1s, I roll 20s, flip a coin. It's like I'd like to make this attack. Okay, roll your d20. No. Can we just flip a coin? Heads, I hit it with crit. Tails, I fail miserably. Okay, you make it to the top. I'm not gonna have you roll a stealth because that was such an impressive climb. It's just crestfallen. And as you lift your head up and peek into this hole, you can see sacks and crates of looted provisions piled up all along the south side. Here, I'll even reveal it to you. And thankfully that torch is still lit. Plus they have a fire going, so it's fine. But yeah, you can see in there, sacks and crates of looted provisions are piled up in the south end of this large cave. To the west, the floor slopes toward a narrow passage opening that descends into darkness. Actually, that's where you're looking from. So you're looking from this dark hole. A larger opening leads north down so on the top of the room, a large opening leads down a set of natural stone steps. And with your head up there now, with your head up and kind of like looking around, you can hear the roar of falling water echoing from beyond, like from the north side there down those steps. The roar of falling water is echoing from beyond there. And in the middle of the cave, the coals of a large fire are smoldering. You can see another wolf, 2 goblins, and a massive bugbear.
Heal a scarring.
Oh. These are the goblins you've been fighting. And this is what the dogs look like that you've mercilessly ravaged. Look at, there's like a little axe down there. What the hell? I
Yeah,
never noticed
that's my
that.
hand axe.
Yeah, with your tiny little halfling arm. All right, you have it. Progress the story.
Cool. I'll slide back down and
Make
just
one acrobatics check.
dump on these guys.
Get a 2.
That's a 15.
Yeah, you're good with a 15. Okay, you slide down there, and
Hey,
you
dummies.
expo dump to the team. Yep.
No sign of Rockseeker or Hallwinter?
That's a big old negative.
They must be further inside. Say we push on.
I agree. I say we keep moving.
For sure. Let's go.
Map's pretty dark for having a light.
So, yes. Also, with playing D&D online, I will always try and like read stuff first to do theater of the mind before I use the map. I remember when my very first time DMing online in 2020, I was just like so obsessed with the idea that this was like a video game, and it's like as soon as you guys turned a corner, I need to be removing the fog of war. And there are people who are like, I go left, and this guy's like, I go right, and they're like, I go this, and it's like, oh shit, I'm trying to like remove all the fog of war and just like constantly trying to like clear all this stuff, and it was exhausting. And then I was like, dude, I shouldn't even be doing that anyways. Like this is a story. I gotta take a breath. The main passage from the cave mouth climbs steeply upward, the stream plunging and splashing down on the left side. In the shadows, a side passage on the left across the stream leads a side passage across the stream leads to the left. And now I'll reveal it. I'll read it one more time, though. The main passage from the cave mouth climbs steeply upward, the stream plunging and splashing down its left side. In the shadows, a side passage leads left across the other side of the stream.
Can I see if there's any signs of dragged bodies?
Okay, make an investigation, and while you are investigating, what was your investigation? 10?
Yeah.
You don't see any signs of drag bodies. Not to say that there aren't any, but you don't notice any signs of a drag body. But since you have a torch lit, and some of you guys also have dark vision, in the shadows of the ceiling to the north, so right up those stairs that Mireshi just walked to, as she turns the corner more and starts heading up the stairs, in the shadows of the ceiling to the north, you can just make out the dim shape of a rickety bridge of wood and rope crossing over the passage ahead of you. Another passage intersects this one 20 feet above the floor. So as you guys are walking upward, so again, this is like, put everything down, close your eyes, look up at the ceiling, whatever you have to do. You're walking up this incline with the sounds of water just like splashing down your left as the stream is crashing over the rocks. Immediately to your left, facing up the hill. Immediately to your left, there's a opening passage that has a bunch of rubble and a very dramatic, kind of like the fissure that Mad Jack just climbed up. You see the same thing over to the left, going into a dark inlet, and in front of you, continuing the tunnel up the incline, 20 feet in the air, you guys just inside the dim light, right where the bright light is meeting the dim light, you can see this rickety old bridge 20 feet in the air above you. And on top of that bridge, you can see a goblin guarding the bridge.
What do we see to our left? Is the left passageway passable or not?
It's an incline, so it's the same thing as that fissure in the dog room.
Okay.
Orin will move over to it and try and make his way up there.
I will do the same.
Just to kind of poke his head over and see what's there.
While they're doing that, I'm going to sheathe my longsword and pull out my crossbow.
Okay. The steeply upward passage to your left, I'll just need an athletics check to clamber up it.
I'm gonna use guidance.
Okay.
Myself.
Orin, athletics on yourself. Okay.
18 for me.
Wait, hold on. What?
Come on, Jeffy.
8.
Okay. So, regardless of both your athletics checks are enough. The ledge that you're climbing up with all this fissure and loose rock, the ledge between the walls is very fragile. And the minute the two biggest people in the party start climbing up it, the whole mass loosens and sends it all tumbling down. And everybody, just the two of you, need to make dexterity saving throws. And yes, both of you make dexterity saving throws.
I use inspiration on this too.
Only if you fail it. You can let me know when you fail it.
13.
If you fail it.
15.
Okay. So you guys do not go prone as the rocks are tumbling it down. Like, you guys are free falling now. It's not like that it's such a high height. It's the fact that there's like large rocks that you have to one of your arms gets wedged into one. You have to pry it out. One, falls on your helmet, your thick fucking Goliath skull. You guys are boom, boom, boom. And since you both saved, nobody goes prone, but you guys each take 4 damage.
Can I use my reaction to take no damage?
If you have something that does that.
Part of Shield Master.
Oh, nice. Let me hear it.
I just ride down on my shield.
Well, I was just wondering, can I use my reaction to take no damage? I'm like, you can do that?
If an effect allows you half damage on a success, you can use your reaction to take no damage.
One more time. Can you read the first part again?
If an effect allows half damage on success, you can use your reaction to take no damage.
Perfect. Absolutely. As the rocks are crumbling down on you, and Orin has his shield up as well with you, but Orin's not a shield master. He's just got the shield as a fucking kitchen table he brought with him adventuring, and it's kind of like the strap is a little loose on it, and it slides and a rock falls down and clonks him on the head. But your forearm is very rigid with your shield, and you're able to tank a lot of the rocks as they shed off your shield. You don't take any damage. Nice, dude. Look at Shield Master's fucking awesome. What a cute little fun little.
Hell yeah.
Not gonna be cute and fun when I can use it when in a fight.
Yeah.
Is it still climbable or is it no longer traversable?
If you want to give it another try, it
Sure.
looks
I wanna see what's over
it looks just as bad. It looks just as unstable, man. It's a lot. Now it's like even more so. Like now you don't even really have to climb it. It's not even really climbing. It's more or less just a bunch of loose stones and rocks that have like caved in.
Oi, why don't you let me give it a try?
Sure, I guess.
Orin just kind of walks out of the alcove there and back to here, just rubbing his head.
Fucking thick head.
I'll attempt to move up the rock slide.
How much do you weigh?
How much do I weigh? 46 pounds.
The little baby.
Yeah, you don't.
Just a little guy.
The rocks don't even move as you start clambering over them. You're just like a little baby climbing on the playground equipment, but
Just
a little baby
flea
with
hopping.
a fucking hand axe. Yeah, just
Two of them.
a little baby with 2 hand axes and a longbow that's as tall as he is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you climb all the way up to the top, and I'm gonna need you to make a stealth check.
All right. That's a 9. Sorry, it was a 9.
I know, I heard you. I was just checking
Okay.
the passive perception of this horde of goblins, and it is 9. So as you get to the, I'll do this. As you get to the top, can you move your token to the top of the rock slide?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And with some of the dim light that's still like pushing around the corner, you can see a goblin encampment. And one turns and looks right at you. And he goes, but you speak goblin.
Yeah.
And you hear him say, "Look at this little bastard." And all the goblins around this campfire turn and look at you. Not a campfire. It's actually like pitch black in there. So you barely, there's silhouettes at this distance. There's silhouettes from the dim light that's just like barely penetrating from the end of his torch.
Do I get
And
to
you can just-
respond?
If you want to. I mean,
Can I
you
say,
tell
"We-
me, dude. This is the story.
Ooh, who you calling bastard, friend?
And they just kind of like slump. And they're like, Yimmick! He speaks! And you just hear another goblin, a much deeper goblin voice from the shadows around the corner that you can't see. "Well, go kill him then!" And this is where we can... everybody can roll for initiative. How about this? Yeah, we'll have everybody roll for initiative. Because that goblin yelled, I'm going to say you guys that were down the slope. Also, Mad Jack can use a free action, right? But yeah, they're rushing at you, Nye.
And if it echoed through the cave, I also speak goblin, so I would hear, "Well,
Oh,
go kill
hell
him
yeah.
then."
Oh,
I'd be
yeah,
like,
you
"Oh, boy."
definitely... You all heard "go kill him" then.
What a bunch of ugly freaking goblins. I hate goblins.
Is everybody in the turn order?
I think so.
Okay. And let's see here. Said add one more. Okay. Let the fuck train begin. This goblin is going to just sprint right up to you and make a scimitar attack. Oh, nat 1.
Falls on his scimitar and dies.
No, but
Cannon,
he
you gotta
will
do it.
he will take his own scimitar damage though.
Nice.
Yeah, as he's running, he kind of like bangs his head on a rock, and his he like swings his sword and it ricochets a little. Miserable job, Goblin. You're fired. This other one is going to run and kind of like occupy the same space for a second and make an attack on you.
That's a nat 1.
No, it was a 15.
Oh, my armor class is 15.
Okay, so he breaks it. Oh no. Okay, that was only 5. You take 7 slashing damage.
Ooh, hey, yeah.
And then he can't end his turn there, so he's going to slide out this way, and you can make an opportunity of attack.
So I make like a hand axe attack?
Yes.
Cool. So I roll the hand axe as a 19. And then roll the damage.
Yeah, roll the damage.
So
Nice, dude.
5 slashing.
Little slashy bastard.
Little slashing
Okay, that was
damage.
that guy's turn. And then, as you are just like fucking like the Battle of
Mortal?
Thermopylae, you're mortaled. Well, you're mortaled and bloodied.
What is mortaled again?
Mortaled is less than 10, but in level 1 adventures that doesn't really matter since everybody's like less than 10.
Yeah.
But your blood, yeah, you being bloody means you're less than 10. We all know
Yep.
that. Level
Okay.
1. And as you are just like Battle of Thermopylae, 300 King Leonidas, like gonna take on this whole goblin army in this fucking oh fuck. Your foot slipped right at the end. What can I say? A 9 stealth dude just like a rock stops, and the one looks over, sees the light from the torch. Goblins have dark vision. They don't use light. They see that light coming through, and then he sees you just perfectly standing there.
Whoa! Don't blame it on me.
No, I'm not. I'm just he rolled a 9. I'm saying the torch the torch was
the
just
lights.
all the lights. Well, actually, guess what? It's a funny thing you mentioned this because I'm going to change scenes here in a second. You failed your stealth. They heard you. They saw you. And now you're like in this tight corner with your hand axe, just rapping at them. The goblin on the bridge, who can very clearly see you guys walking up the tunnel, he yells behind him, which the 3 of you that understand goblin, he yelled, release the flood. And then he is going to make a short bow attack on the torch user. Torch user!
Get the torch user!
Yeah, that's a 7 to hit. Does that hit the
Not
cleric?
even close.
But he
You
still
could double
yelled,
that and still miss.
he said, yeah, he said, release the flood. And Orwin, you're up.
Oh, this sucks. So, from where I'm at, I'm going to... Actually, I don't think I would have understood what he said. Would I need to dash to get up to where the halfling is?
1 second.
The name's Mad Jack.
Yeah, it would be, you'd have to dash to get up to him and make a dex save as well.
All right, from where I'll at, or where I'm at, I'll take a javelin shot at the guy on the bridge then.
Okay, yeah, let it rip.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
Damn.
Yep, he's got some good cover too. Like he is 20 feet up in the air. He is like got half cover, we'll say. And anything else?
So what I'm gonna do is move to the base of this, if I can, and wait for the halfling to see if he comes sliding down to help catch him so he doesn't hurt himself.
Okay, cool. I'll let you do that.
And that'll end my turn.
Okay, this goblin is gonna go and do the same thing. It was an 8 to hit, and then make an opportunity of attack as he can't occupy the same space. As he jumps over his... Goblins are seriously jumping over each other, trying to bash you on the head with the scimitar. They're like hopping over each other, and every time they hop over their buddy, who's like... So his nat 1, he's like pressed up against his own scimitar right now in this cranny. And then his buddies are just jumping over him, trying to slash at you with their scimitars, and you're just bonking him on the head with a hand axe every time.
It's like, choo choo.
Can he,
Come on, ride the train.
can he make another opportunity attack?
You're right. It's once per turn.
Nope. So I can't. Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
Choo choo, ride it. Good call.
But
Teacher,
just if
did you collect the homework?
But just if I did, that would have been six
Nice.
damage.
I'm just
No,
trying to
that's
make it
fat.
fair.
Yeah, no, that's
Just
good.
in
No, that's
case.
good.
Just in
good.
case.
I'm not used to one character getting so many opportunity attacks. So I've never been in this floodgate of goblins before.
I have 2 hand axes though.
Oh yeah, I've got 2 arms.
Yeah, come on.
Mireshi, you're up.
So I have a question. If I were to use movement, how far up that crevice towards Mad Jack could I get without using dash?
1 second. Oops, wrong button. You have 30, right?
Correct.
I'll just call this. Okay, then another 8 feet. I'll just say you can move up to this platform. Can you guys see? Oh, you can't see that, can you?
I can see it.
I can see it.
Yeah, you can move up to the platform that's kind of in the middle there without using dash.
So I could take a shot at this goblin on the bridge and then try to run up there, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that is what I'm going to do.
All right.
15 to hit,
That's a hit.
7
Ooh.
piercing.
Yeah, that gator dead. That's the one that yeeted himself on his scimitar as he's been
Nope,
blocked.
other one, the one on the bridge.
Oh, the one on the bridge. I'm so sorry. The one on the bridge is not a hit.
Okay, then I'm going to make my sprint up here, try to.
Okay, you can go right there. Give me a dex save.
4.
You take 1 bludgeoning damage and end up back at the bottom. You never made it up there, essentially. So you started clambering up the rocks. They slid back a little bit. You roll your ankle, essentially, and you're still down here at the bottom.
Okay. I will end my turn.
I'll just put you right here. Okay, Mad Jack, you're up.
Yeah, that's me. I'm going to attempt to leave this area. Do they have? He's
Yes.
He said he's on his scimitar. Will they have an opportunity of attack
Yeah.
on me if I attempt
Yep.
to leave?
Yep. If you leave, he'll be able to wriggle around and get both of them will make opportunity attacks on you.
Isn't disengage a bonus action though?
Only if
Back
you're a
to level
rogue.
2.
Only if you're a rogue. He's not a rogue.
I'm kind of fooped where I am.
You can use your action to disengage.
Yep. You can use your action to disengage and run. That would be your
Oh,
turn.
that's what I. Okay, yeah, that's.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. Where you got 25 feet of movement.
Yeah, I'm back with the boys
Go ahead and move your token.
and the gal.
That's a little too far. You can't occupy the same space. We'll get there though.
He can. He's a halfling.
Yeah, he's a halfling. He can.
Oh yeah. Nice. You love to see it.
Hide behind me.
You love to see it.
I'll just jump on the back.
You're hiding under the shield master. You're hiding under his shield with him. As he's
Help
like
me,
hiding behind
help
ducked
me.
under. Yeah. Help me, help me.
Yep, Tom Cruise.
And as you run under Tom Cruise's shield, it's his turn.
On a scale of like 1 to 10,
Look at
how
Tom
you
Cruise.
looking?
Yeah.
My pores are bleeding.
Free
Your
ac-
pores are bleeding.
I'll tell you what. As a free action, he said, help me, Tom Cruise." And you said, "How bad are you?" And as you look down, he's bleeding from his like body. He's got.
All right, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you, and you get. Hold on, let me roll. 8 plus 7. 13 life back.
Holy shit!
Okay, I'm no longer bloodied.
Life domain, baby.
Nasty.
Can I get up past everybody to the platform?
What platform?
This platform up here.
Yes. It will just take regular movement, which will be. Oops. Sorry about that. We'll just do. Buttons. It'll be 15 feet of movement to get up there.
Yeah. I'll just go right here and stand in the way of all these goblins.
Nice. Just fucking shield master that wall. Okay. It is this fire goblin's turn. And he is just gonna. His turn is gonna be spent running. And then he's gonna use his. Let me just goblin over here quick. Okay. He's just gonna use his action to dash at you. So he's like sliding down the rock wall now into you. But that was his action. And then it's this goblin's turn. He's just also gonna just fill this hole. I'll just put him right here in the middle. They're just pouring through that rock hole area. With the weight of both goblins on there, the rocks are starting to crumble a little bit, but it's still just not a hole enough to cause a rock slide. And Caulder. Last thing you heard was the goblin on the bridge yell, "Release the flood." Mm-hmm. And then all your homies run into this little area.
Well, I'm gonna say that that's what he said, just in case anybody hadn't.
Nice.
Picked it up. They're gonna release the water. That's unfortunate. But I am gonna yeet a bolt up at the one that called that out.
Nice. An Eldritch Blast or a bolt? Which bolt?
Crossbow.
Oh, crossbow bolt. You got so many bolts. Yeah, go ahead. Make that.
19.
Sorry if I uncovered anything. Yeah, 23 is a hit.
Nice.
Yeah, saving those.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit,
Oh,
dude.
nice.
Sniper. Fucking sniper, dude. Yeah, and he like falls off the bridge, and his corpse like fucking lands in front of it on the floor. 20 feet, pulps as soon as it hits the path.
And then the area with the dogs, is that elevated a little bit, or?
Yes. Yep. That's up some stairs.
I'm just gonna stand right here on top of the steps. Just gonna move.
Okay.
where I'm a
Very
little bit
good.
elevated.
And
Uh,
right. Yeah. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Nope, that's all. I did my yelling.
All right. You yelled. Okay. Let's see here. So after one round, the passage is suddenly filled with a mighty roar as a huge surge of rushing water pours down from up that hill. You guys are, for the most part, out of the way as it's rushing down.
Magic's in a rough spot.
You
Thinking
guys, I have to like move your tokens quick to kind of see. Okay, so Mireshi, Orin, and Mad Jack, give me a dexterity saving throw to avoid being swept away.
Jeez.
Oh no,
No.
Mireshi.
No.
Your dex saves have been very tough.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
Cough.
Mireshi, now make me a strength saving throw.
Nat
Nice.
20 for
That
25.
dex shit is not
Nice.
Mireshi's thing. That strength shit, fucking nat 20s all day. So you get swept. You get pulled out of the room. I will pull you out of the room. But right behind Mad Jack, who's just like holding like almost a weird pose, like his arms out in front. He's just like threading the water perfectly. He's just holding onto a stalagmite, maybe. He's like, and getting absolutely whisked is fine. You stumble and you start sliding from the water, but then yeah, you were able to find your legs and hold yourself there. No
I
problem,
just drove
buddy.
my shield straight into that wall to hold me there.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. Okay. And it is this goblin's turn. It is going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It is going to run over its buddies and like kind of like scampering on the wall. Spooky shit. You guys are in a brightly lit corridor. We'll say the torch was dropped when you pulled your mace out in here. So we'll say the torch is up here with you. The room is brightly lit. This tunnel, this dank, reeking tunnel of crumbling rocks, and these goblins are pouring in. One climbs over all of his buddies and just like steps over their heads, jumps over your shield, lands behind you, in between you and Orin, and then just comes down with the scimitar using advantage against Jeffery. Nat 20, baby.
Oh.
Your armor class might be higher than 20, but it won't block that. I'm crestfallen. And it is
Thank
plus
you
2.
again for that.
Yeah. 9 slashing damage.
Jesus.
It was a crit.
He's a crit.
I die, we all die.
Yeah. There's no stabilizing there. This next goblin's turn. This next goblin is going to make a dexterity save. He's going to try and land behind Orin. Like right here. Or like right here between Orin and Mad Jack. But he's got to make... I'm going to make a dex saving throw. We'll just say DC 10.
You gotta move through like 5 people.
Yeah, so let's have Jeffrey make an opportunity of attack, if you'd like. As another goblin is trying to run over your shield, but this time leaving your melee range.
14.
That does not hit. That is just shy. So as he's clampering over, running through your space, and he's like pushing past your shield as you got stabbed, one runs by you, and you just make an offhand swing at it, and it just misses its head, bounces off its shitty leather armor. And it is going to make a scimitar attack on Orin as it's jumping over him. Not with advantage, because I believe there's like a rock chunk there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's just going to try and like swing his like scimitar down. Okay, that does not hit. That's an 11. Next ugly motherfucker, who looks like he eats sand, is dead. Orin, you're up.
All right.
He's a pulpy goblin mess on the cave floor after falling 20 feet.
First of all, I am going to rage.
#rage, got it.
#rage. And take a shot with advantage on the one between myself and Jeffrey.
Okay, sounds good.
You highlighted in red, and now he definitely looks like Kratos.
Boy.
+6 to hit. That is 18.
That's a hit. Roll DiMaggio.
7 + 4, 11, 13 damage.
Oh shit. Yeah, that dude explodes.
Dang.
Closed caption says squelching noise.
Yeah.
And since he's dead, I am going to move to this side of this guy to give Mad Jack advantage on his next attack. And that'll end my
Sweet.
turn.
Nice, man. Well played.
Professionals.
And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This guy is going to do the same thing as his homie, just scampering down, sliding past you, making a...
So they could just go past me with no athletics or anything?
I mean, the first time it did. It was when it went over, like, everybody and the opportunity of attack happened.
They don't make dex saves either going down the hill?
I'll make... well, they're lighter than 100 pounds. That's the mechanic. And I will make a dex save just because he's landing on a corpse. Okay, there's 17 plus stuff.
Fair.
And a 18 to hit.
That just hits. I'm dead. Doesn't matter what you roll.
Oh, really? I rolled a 1, if that helps. It was a 3.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Mireshi, you're up.
I am going to step to the other side of Mad Jack and attack the one that just killed Jeffery.
Okay. I mean, knocked him unconscious. Bro's not dead. No,
Sure.
no RIP's Jeffrey yet.
And before I move,
Y'all got a healer around here?
I took my bonus action to switch from my crossbow to my longsword before I moved.
I'll let you drop your crossbow and take out your longsword.
I'll do that. 14.
$14 is not a hit.
Okay, that is the end of my turn.
Yep. He reels around, scimitars down on Jeffrey, turns around and catches your longsword with his shield just in time. Mad Jack, you're up.
I will make a hand axe attack on the goblin between me and Orin.
The one that looks like he eats sand?
Yeah, motherfucker.
Okay, roll with advantage.
Oh, that motherfucker definitely eats sand.
Roll with advantage.
Do I get to roll the 1 again since I rolled with it?
What does it say? Anytime you roll a 1 on an attack,
When you roll a 1 on an attack roll, you can re-roll the die.
that is an attack roll. So go ahead and re-roll it.
God
damn it,
15.
dude! 15 hits. You son of a bitch, dude! When you took this halfling, I said, "Why are you so big on halflings? You can this is your third halfling now. Why is it?" You're like, "Dude, that lucky trait. I roll a lot of ones when I do it."
I just love the halflings, my guy.
Yeah.
That's a 3 slashing.
All right, let's see how much HP he has. Ooh, that is enough to kill him. Good thing he had that advantage, Chupa. Good play, dude. Good thing he had the advantage. Good thing he had the luck. Good thing he had
Here it is.
There were 2 choices there. Either go to the spot that goblin jumped and took advantage at, or do this. And it was definitely a hard choice. I probably should have done the other one, to be honest.
That's okay. We'll be fine. Everybody act normal. Jeffrey, death save.
Ooh, 12.
By the skin of his teeth, Jeffrey 12 passes his first death save. And the goblin on top of you is just going to scimitar your fucking head off. No, I'm just kidding.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Man, fuck Jeffrey.
Not a magic user, though.
Yep, not a magic user yet. Just a shield user. Shield
Oh, he's
user.
a magic
Torch.
user.
He's a torch user. Torch user.
Oh, yeah. Torch user.
This goblin is gonna use its turn to snuff out the torch. Now, anybody who doesn't have dark vision cannot see, as it is dark as fuck.
Can't see shit.
Well, you already can't see shit. You're looking at the back of your eyelids right now.
Not looking at anything.
You're actually looking at a bright light already. You're walking towards a bright light. You looked back and it was dark. This goblin is just gonna run. He's just gonna fill the space. Let me just move him to the front. He's gonna move the space where there's now 2 dead goblin bodies, I think, or 1.
1.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he can squeeze through there without provoking any opportunity attack, as they're just swarming out. And then he is going to make his attack. I'll roll a d6. 1 through 2 is Mireshi. 3 through 4 is Mad Jack. 5 through 6, Kratos. Looks like Mireshi, he's gonna be swinging as he runs by you. And fucking nat 20. Holy shit, dude.
Fuck off.
Let's
tough.
go.
Damn it.
Dude, the dice want you guys to have a fight here. And that is going to be 10 slashing damage.
Holy shit, dude.
Yes. As it runs over. Again, they're like wall running and slashing with their scimitars. This is their fucking hidey hole. You guys decided to climb up their little hidey hole, and they are fucking just nasty little bastards. Yeah, all of you are in the hidey hole right now fighting, plural. And that's its turn.
Climbing up there. The one dead in the tunnel started it.
3 people.
So did Orin.
No, 3 people climbed up. Calder, you're up.
Alright. I'll come out and peek my head around. I have dark vision so I can see the guy that just took a swing at my good old buddy Mad Jack. I have my final crossbow bolt, which I will then loose in his direction with an 18 to hit.
Hell yeah.
And 6 piercing damage ensues.
Okay, that is, again, 6 crossbow damage has been just enough to completely maim them, but not kill them. So he is still standing there, still alive, but he's barely breathing. They could probably just use a bonus action to pull the arrow out of his chest, and he'd die. Anything else?
All I got.
Okay. Next
One.
is
Next one in the
Got-
order is dead.
okay, and then Orin, you're up.
I am going to take a swing at the one between myself and Mad Jack. This is just a normal roll, right? No advantage.
You are correct with that.
Okay.
Because it is dark, you'd have disadvantage, but because of your rage, you have advantage. I'm sorry, because of your flanking, you have advantage. So it's a flat D20.
I'll take my inspiration on this one. I only rolled a 3.
Okay, got it.
I rolled another 3. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
no.
So yeah, I just completely whiff on that. I
Okay.
will move over behind Mireshi so they can't get advantage on their next attack on her.
Nice.
And that'll end my turn.
Orin, okay.
No.
Goblin here.
Oh yeah, I believe I lose my rage since I didn't get a hit on that too.
Nope, you made an attack. That's enough.
Oh, is it?
Yep, just swinging is enough. You either have to make an attack, and I include range. I don't know what the ruling is on that, but if you want to yeet a javelin in anger, you can do that. If you've ever been fucking mad in like a tool shed before, I've yeeted a hammer in rage. You can throw a javelin in rage.
I wasn't sure if I had to hit them or if I actually had to just swing. So
no, that's okay. I'm gonna roll a D. I'm gonna roll a D4, 1 through 2, Mireshi, 3 through 4, Mad Jack, and it's a 3. Mad Jack. Oh my god, dude. It was only a 14. Does that hit?
Oh, 15 is Mama Class.
nice.
Okay, just barely. Mireshi, you're up.
I'm going to use my bonus action to do Second Wind.
Oh, cool. Roll a D8. I'm sorry, D10.
10. And
Plus
then
your
add my
fighter level.
Yep.
Sweet.
It's your con mod.
Oh.
fighter level.
Nah, second wind is your fighter level.
So I only healed 2. That's shitty.
Oh no.
But then I am gonna take an attack on the goblin right in front of me.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Are you kidding me?
What did you roll?
The 7. It doesn't hit, dude. That's it. That's my turn.
It's your con mod per fighter level after first.
Interesting. 7 does not hit. Anything else?
Second wind is just on your turn. You can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level.
That's a miss, and Mad Jack, you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna make another hand axe attack on this other goblin that landed on the other goblin. Do I still? No one's behind him, so I don't have.
No, you
advantage,
don't. You don't have advantage on it.
Okay.
But you have disadvantage because it's dark. So roll it again.
Oh.
That still
a-
hits. You son of a bitch.
Nice.
22 and then a 15 still hits.
Shoop shoop. Yeah, but my damage is shit tonight.
That's okay because he only had 1 HP because Caulder yeeted that crossbow bolt into his chest. So he is dead.
Slapped him.
All right. Anything else, Mad Jack?
No, that'll be it.
All right, Jeffrey. If you're not as terrified and anxious as I am, please roll your death save. Or if you are also, roll your death save. It's a nat 20. Yo, all anxiety cured. You stand up on your feet with 1 HP at the start of your turn.
He still gets his.
Do I get my whole turn?
he
Yes.
does.
Yep. You come back at the start of your turn. Fucking awesome, dude. The dice giveth and they taketh away. Shut the fuck up! I'm working over here.
I guess I'll just heal myself.
I guess I'll just fucking heal.
Get
It's like the
advantage on
opposite of I
one
guess I'll
d6.
just die.
8 plus 7. 11. I'm at full health
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
again. Can I move out of here? 1, 10, 15, 20, 25.
You will
30?
take an opportunity of attack from both of them.
Well. Mm,
Is Curing Word is an action, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll just stay here.
Okay. And this goblin is going to make an advantage attack at you. I'm not touching anything, dude. It's a nat 20. It's a nat 20. Okay. Oh no, it's max damage. I'm so sorry, dude, but it's 14 damage.
And I'm down again.
Oh my god, dude.
Alright, well, you let me know when it's my turn again.
All right, I will let you know when it's your turn again, man. I can't even imagine that. Calder, you're up.
Crossbow bolts. So I look up at that one goblin that I can see,
Mm-hmm.
and I fucking Eldritch Blast him.
Oh shit! Right over the halfling's head, a crackling light of fucking that does not hit. So it just smashes into the wall behind it.
Did that at least provide a little bit of light for everyone?
Just a flash. It was like a camera flash went off and a rippling light. Does it look like a golden goose egg or just like a crackle of lightning?
It can be more of a crackling.
Okay. Golden goose egg, what? Anything else?
Would I be able to make try a bonus action and get a crossbow bolt out of the one right here that I did a video?
So at the end of combat, you can retrieve half your spent artillery, provided you've like done a lot. Typically, I would have you use an action to like interact with an object, because bonus action, you actually, if you take the rogue and then class as a thief, you get the ability to use a bonus action to interact with stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, that's all I got then.
Okay, Orin, you're up.
I'll take out a javelin
Okay.
and chuck it. Actually, I'll have to move for this, won't I?
Yeah, it'd help.
Gonna move here, standing over the bodies, to chuck a javelin at the guy in the back.
Okay.
It's not really a good spot to do that, is there?
Which goblin?
The one in the back.
Way back? Okay.
Yeah, it's just weird because both these spots don't look like they have line of sight on it, just because of the way they are.
I mean, that spot's gonna be where you're at right now. It's fine. I'm just gonna give him
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a little AC boost because you're throwing between your homies.
Yeah.
Although he is a halfling, you're also throwing through another goblin too.
Yeah, that'll be an 11. That won't hit.
Nope. Okay. This
Then-
goblin is. Oh, sorry. Anything else?
I'm gonna move back to where I was.
Okay. And then this goblin is going to decide. I'm just gonna do evens, odds, evens, Mireshi, odds, Mad Jack. Evens, Mireshi. is a 12 to hit.
Miss.
And Mireshi, you're up. Oh shit, hold on. Okay, Mireshi, you're up.
I just gonna make an attack with my longsword on the one right in front of me.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Alright, that's the end of my turn. I can't do shit.
Alright, Mad Jack, you're up.
I will hand axe the goblin.
Okay. What are you trying to axe him?
Apparently nothing.
Nothing, right. 5 does not hit. And Jeffery, Cloudrunner, death save. Oh, fuck. This is getting scary now. Jeffery, Cloudrunner, were saved and critted back to his feet, is now on his new round of death saves, one step closer to the great beyond. Caulder, you're up.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Okay, perfect. Oh, that's not enough. Now you're just like your finger guns are just yeeting cracks of like lightning force energy like into the walls. Anything else?
Yeah, I shed one individual tear for having missed my first 2 magic attempts in front of all my new friends.
Okay, that's fair. We'll do perception checks after to see if they noticed.
It's dark. I hope they can't.
Let's see here. Mireshi, make an opportunity of attack.
21.
Okay, roll for damage. 20. Oh, nice try. Misclicked and ended up rolling a nat on a misclick. Yeah, click the longsword below. There we go.
7.
Oh, nice. Exactly what you needed. As this goblin runs over its buddies and starts climbing over Mad Jack to squeeze out of the space, you are bringing your longsword down on this one goblin. He's just parrying and parrying and parrying. This other one runs by you, and you turn, whoopash, and cut its neck open. And is dead. Orin, you're up.
Can I try and push past them to get up here?
Well, you'd get an opportunity of attack there. You can stand on top of Orin's body. Or, I'm sorry, Jeffrey's body. You can also like fill the space with Mireshi and Mad Jack, and then either way,
Like right here?
You can't fill that, so that's a little too much. But I'm saying you can either stand there on top of. Oh fuck! You are gonna have to go up the stones as you're running up there too. You'd need a deck save again, like Mireshi did. Otherwise, you can risk an opportunity of attack by just popping over Mireshi's shoulder, warhammering, and then stepping back. You might kill it in one shot, but
no, I'll take the deck save.
Okay, deck save, please.
That'll be an 11.
That is just enough.
Okay.
That is just enough.
And then I will take a swing at it. The hammer. That will be a dirty 21.
Okay, let it rip. Warhammer damage. 21.
5 plus 2, so 7 damage.
That is exactly what you needed. And he's dead. Anything else? Would you like to step aside from your dead teammate?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Start medicine checks.
Yep. So it's going to be Mireshi
Stabilize.
first. Mireshi is going to go first. Mireshi, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, is there even any enemies left?
There are no enemies left. But because your teammate is dying, and that's based on 6-second rounds every save, it is your turn. Since you are fairly new to playing, you can use your action to make a medicine check. And if you get it, you will stabilize him and keep him from dying.
Well, I'll definitely do that.
Okay. So go ahead, run up to
19.
him and make a medicine check.
19.
There you go. You've seen these cuts before. You've fought goblins. You've seen all this. Jeffrey is stabilized as you shove your thumb in his scimitar wound, clotting the blood long enough to get a tourniquet on him and stop his bleeding. And our life domain cleric may live to see another day. Let's see here. Okay. Combat is over. Your teammate is unconscious. And you guys are in a cave where, let's see here.
I'm going to walk down and pick up my crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah, do I have to roll for half my
Nope, you can just take half. Take half of what you expense during that fight.
So I did 3 in this cave technically, one at the dog earlier.
So the one in the dog, did you already try and retrieve that?
Yeah, and he was able to pick it up.
That's
He
right.
rolled a nat 20.
That's the one I did retrieve. No, you're right.
Yep, I kept rolling nat 20s on those. Just take, so you shot 2, just take 1 back.
Cool.
And the one from the dog if you didn't already.
No, I fired that one.
Okay, it's on you guys, though, to progress the story. We can
Jeffrey's
end it here
still
once you guys-
unconscious, right?
Jeffrey is unconscious, but he's stabilized. And
I'm going to-
yeah, keep going.
I'm going to pick him up and see if I can carry him up this little alcove into where these goblins originated from.
It is going to, again, the stones are very crumbly. Also, don't drag your token in there. The walls are the stones are very crumbly. And it's going to require, Christ. You're going to need an athletics check to pick him up and carry him, but you're going to be carrying him over very difficult and 23 athletics, awesome. That I didn't expect anything less than that. The dex save though is what you're gonna need to clamber up the loose and turbulent pile. If you would like to press in, nice
20.
dirty 20. I'll use your token. You get up to the mouth of this cave, holding Jeffrey.
Joffrey.
And inside, you reveal
Get
that
the fuck out of here, dude.
there is still a goblin, but he's holding the knight that you remember with Gundren Rockseeker when he left with his warrior escort. He's holding the warrior escort is just in a pair of stained underwear. And he's on his knees, hulking fighter body, on his knees. And this goblin, who looks way more prestigious than these other goblins, you can clearly tell this is a tribal. He's stronger. Like if this was a video game, right? Let's game it here. He's bigger and better. And he's holding a knife up to Sildar's neck, and he yells in Goblin, "Not another step, or he's dead." And that's where we're gonna end it for tonight.
Aw.
Yep. I think we
Okay.
should end. I think we should end it there and take a chance to breathe and come back to this. What do you say?
That sounds
Fair.
good.
Sure.
So that's just we'll end it there. You're holding Jeffrey's body over your shoulder, and you've clambered up these rocks. You slid, you caught, and you're like, "Don't worry, Master Frodo. Like, we'll get you there." And then you get into the room, and you can only barely see silhouettes, as it's still very dark. You have no idea what you're looking at. You see the silhouettes. You see the man on his knees, who you can guess, since he's human, you can see a fairly large silhouette in the darkness. You can guess it's none other than probably Sildar. That's a given. And you hear him yell, "Not another step or he's dead." And also, they're in the air. They're like 10 feet up in the air. So you can see there's stairs like leading up. So kind of like from a balcony, so to speak, in this elevation, this goblin is holding Sildar hostage, yelling, "Not another step or he's dead." Camera fades to black. Next episode, it'll fade in on you holding Jeffrey, and you guys can, and then you can say what you want to then.
Okay.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for playing.